The streamers are back. The streamers are back, including the original gang. Because last week we didn't have a new person, did we? But anyway, there was 2 people missing, I think, last time, right? Or 1 person missing? Somebody was missing. Darren was not here, and maybe other people. So, what happened last time? Does someone want to catch Darren up? Last time Darren saw was you rolled a fail on the engagement roll. I don't remember what the number was, but it was not good. And you were trying to punch through a dust storm with a solar sheet that they had stolen from their grandparents' place.
I thought it was borrowed.
Yeah, wait, they gave it to us.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, you paid off the guy, right?
Yeah,
like
he was
gonna give you like an okay one, and you were like, "How about the primo, though?" And he
Dude,
was like,
bad news on that solar sail. It kind of got shredded.
It's fine. I was like, not mine.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to return it.
Oh, I thought we had it for keeps.
Is that what borrowed means to you?
Yeah.
Borrow is forever, apparently.
Okay, then don't worry about it. Yeah. No, we made it through. It was awesome. We went into the sandstorm. It was huge, and the solar sail went up, but it didn't. Then we got covered in the cloud. It lost its energy. It fell down, got shredded by the storm because it lost its, what do you call that, buoyancy? I don't think that's quite the right word. It lost its thrust. And then, and I'm blanking on the name, the one with the cyber fingers. Filter figured out that we could use the sun jets to power it, right? Isn't that what we did? And we powered it back up, so that helped us pull through.
No, we used the sun jet to get the boost to make it through. We repowered it with the plasma we had.
You're welcome.
Collected from the previous.
That's right. See, this is where it gets shady.
Act of God.
Yeah, because Quiz had actually siphoned off some of the plasma we were supposed to be selling, and he'd kept it, but then he gave it back to the gang. So I guess that all works out. But he sort of took it without asking. So that's how we powered up the solar sail again. But then, then we still needed a boost to get through because we were rolling shit, and we were. And but everything we tried to fix, we fixed really well. And so that's when Filter managed to boost our boards, and so we pulled through, and we got there. Oh, and then so we got to the helicopter. It was a quadcopter, was the target in a ravine, and Jet stood outside, stood guard, because he didn't want to have anything to do with trying to go down there with the rolls we were making. And he stood guard, and he hacked into the GPS system of the, what were they called? The retrievers? No, the reclaimers that were coming after the same target. And I sort of spoofed the GPS so that they went into the storm. So that delayed them. Meanwhile, everybody else went down into the cockpit of the quad thing, and everybody was there, like Star Trek skeletons, all sucked of, like nothing left of them. But Quiz managed to siphon off the data, so that was good. So we got the data because that's what it turns out we were supposed to be after. There were mishaps on the way, though. Did we fall down going down or on the way up? I'm trying to remember. I think we had the issues going down, didn't we? Somebody did like the Mission Impossible sort of flattening at last minute.
No, the problem is when we rigged it to destruct, the timer on that was set a little short.
I had nothing to do with that.
That was the big problem.
Yeah, that was not Jet's fault.
Yeah, and if I remember right, Filter had a line up to where everybody was at. The ship fell down, right? Like the crevasse a little bit more, and Quiz banged like their head, right? Got like knocked out because they traumatized out technically. And so Quiz has like, I don't know, some little screw loose now or something. Something's going on with Quiz.
And I forgot to say that.
I think I'm going to go with paranoid.
Oh, great. Just what we need.
Seems like the right reaction.
Yeah. especially when you're with Filter.
And we can't forget how useful Wolfie's drones came out. They were very helpful. And don't forget that Wolfie was the smart one that decided. Wolfie, you didn't actually go down into the cockpit, did you? You like held the ropes.
Yeah, and I was like, "Don't worry, guys, it's totally gonna be fine." Even though I failed
the roll. She totally lied.
You guys were fine. I was right, but we're mostly fine.
Yeah, mostly.
And then we got away.
You lived.
Because Dr. Noggin a little bit, but.
And then we got away, so we're ready for a downtime or selling this off or whatever it is we do next.
Right.
So that's where you can help us get rid of the goods.
And to refresh pronouns, Atheb is he, him, Jet is he, him, Filter is she, her, Wolfie is she, her, Quiz is they, them.
That's right, Quiz is they, them.
Okay. Yeah, I get confused with pronouns with the 3 games that I'm in. At first, I thought that it was Darren's character, because in the other game, Darren's character is they, them, but not in this one.
Yeah, so, and we don't have the whatchamacallits. Oh, yeah, we have them here.
Yeah, apologies, Quiz. So, and then, y'all retrieved that stuff. You got out of the predicament just as the stray light was approaching. Didn't you do some pretty cool? Yeah, you summoned like a minor act of God to like
cover our tracks.
Yeah, and you were sort of like you had this wind that was buffeting you and covering your tracks, and you were like going in through the eye of the storm and threading your path back to the convoy. I think is where we kind of did the George Lucas cut action. And oh yeah, we missed one thing. Yeah. Atheb died. No, I'm just kidding. So I guess it's one of the questions. Well, for once, let me remember, and thanks, Christo, for reminding me. Why doesn't everybody take a moment to look at their character sheets and get acquainted with their XP triggers this session, just so you can be driving towards that stuff?
Oh, and you can remind each other also, I guess, if there's something we want to do.
Yeah, if there's specific stuff you want to see in the fiction, if you are always like thinking about it, it's good to have your triggers in mind, especially what was it? I think it's easy for the fuse and the lens to confuse their XP triggers because they're different than the ones written on the sheets. Because the lens is tracking or perseverance, and then fuse is stealth or precision, and precision is something else in Blades. It's like, I don't know, it's something, but it's not that. So just be aware of your actual triggers on your sheets until we have those Roll20 sheets going on.
I think you can edit that line on the Roll20 sheet, can you?
Yeah, I totally rewrote all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Man, those sheets are good, huh? Those stuff is good. So, okay.
And even add root to the last one for everyone.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You can add root to the last one? What?
Struggle with issues from advice, root, or trauma. You can add that in there.
Oh, yeah.
So, if you've got acquainted with that, we need to do the rest of the stuff down before downtime. But before that, I'm thinking maybe we get like that slash cut from, like, we get the same scene that we ended on last time, but then we do a smash cut maybe to Atheb to see what they were up to. He was up to.
Yeah, what was I up to?
Any ideas for that? We could always just be like, and now they're back or whatever, but it's up to you. If you have something like cool in mind that you could do, we could always abstract it to like a roll, and that could be your own little score thing going on. I don't know.
Maybe my family is related to the Porters. Yeah, okay. Maybe Atheb was trying to do something on his side with like maybe as like creating a distraction to help like not get anyone else involved besides the reclaimers and the crew?
Well, the reclaimers, part of the I believe it was Jet, right, who had crit on their roll, and so we had as an extra benefit of that, we saw that the reclaimers vehicle, which was like essentially it's like the Comet playbook, if you had chosen it with the airship, and on the side it says Stray Light on it, so you kind of like also learned what the faction was as well. But maybe since like we didn't get the fiction of them getting to the job, so maybe you're dealing with that. Is that what you mean?
I was thinking maybe it's that, but since we were like backwards hired by
Auditors?
yeah, the auditors to intercept what the reclaimers were doing, maybe there's like sentinels or just other like security from the city who also would be monitoring this. So maybe I was running interference on like the city side. Maybe I had gone back to the city to do that.
Oh, you went back to the city. Okay, cool.
Anyway.
Ooh, okay. And so yeah, because you guys are aware that the auditors would be trying to track you or something like that, like to see how you guys went and stuff. So what do you think you did to like fuck with their plan, basically, to track you or to whatever? We could abstract it to just like a roll.
Yeah. I really want ASAP to have I really want to do like a party or like a dinner party, but I don't know how that would affect that at all.
I go to a party and the auditors can't find us.
Very good. I don't know. Maybe it's maybe I arrange like maybe I arranged meetings with the auditors or whatever. They're like corporate, like kind of public face, and while I'm like in their building or whatever bullshitting, I'm like, I don't know, I've like borrowed some techie stuff or something, and I'm trying to like scramble their systems.
Okay, so you're like just trying to make like a little mini blackout or something like that?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Okay, that sounds neat. And it's just like a kind of fuck you because of the way the auditors treated you, basically?
Yeah. Yeah, I like that gives ASAP a good scene to be like, wow, the power's out. What's going on, you guys?
Yeah, I like that too because clearly the auditors are probably gonna like have eyes on you and tracing you and stuff like that, and then they'll be like, "Oh, wonder where he's going in the city," and then you just like walk right into their headquarters. They're like, "Well, that's weird," and I guess and they can't prove it or anything, right? So let's see. Yeah, we'll use this picture. I think their headquarters look something like this. Oh yeah, wait. Somebody was saying they can't click on it like this. So it's a large corporate headquarters that basically looks like it has shields around it. and within it makes it so that the geometry of the building is leveled and like kind of strange, like insular and like beveled inwards and stuff. And these shields, of course, would like wrap around it when the acts of God are hitting and stuff like that, right? But it kind of exerts like a green glow, which is my thing with the Matrix. I'm obsessed with that lighting, basically. And so, yeah, is the plan, like, is it all just like a misdirection? Like, you know that they are watching you, and so you do the most unexpected thing, which is go into their headquarters, and the idea is that all eyes are on you instead of the crew? Because they're like, he's supposed to be doing this job.
Well, I'm probably just a little bit more direct. Like it's a misdirection and also some like sort of espionage act to like try and interfere with them watching the crew.
Okay, but you're not trying to enter the building unseen or anything like that, right?
Right.
Okay.
If I was just walking right in, like he has some business to attend to.
Okay. Interesting. Christo, were you going to say something?
So what's the distraction again? We went away from the party to doing what?
ATHEB is going to knock out their communications for a little bit, presumably at the same time that you guys were doing the, like, going down to hit the ship, I guess, right? Like, we get like a flashback of y'all lowering yourselves onto the ship in the crevasse, and then we like do a cut to ATHEB walking into the corporate headquarters. I imagine in my head it kind of has like a CIA feel, like when you go into it. Christo's like,
dude, nice knowing you.
Yeah.
And they say I'm reckless and I have a death wish.
Yeah, you are going into a pretty heavily
That was just stubborn. I mean, and like the bigger, like the like side story that they released on video, ideally ATHEB would have contrived something to for some reason to go in there, but yeah, for the smash cut, basically, yeah, just walking in.
Okay. And then so what's the plan? Let's say that you like get into the lobby and whatnot. Are you trying to like gain entry to the building proper, or what's the plan from there?
Yeah, so ideally I would have set up a meeting somehow, probably trying to leverage my family's name, and then just get into some office or like some hallway with an office I can duck into.
Okay. Just for the sake of plot power, let's say that you get the office of the auditor that approached you before in it. Normally, I'd definitely make you roll for this, but
yeah,
let's just make it as cool as possible and say that it happens. So, yeah, you find out the auditor's name, which I will probably have written down here if I was smart about it. Yes, I believe that the person that you had is Ridhi, and they're like, I think you learn that their name is Ridhi, but you don't have, like, they have sort of like an alias, kind of like you guys, like your street names or whatever, except they have their like auditor persona aliases that they go by. And so you know that they're Ridhi and their handle is Perseverance. And they are cruel, unyielding, and self-righteous. So hopefully that came off that last episode. And so yeah, you get to this person's office, and are you hoping that they'll be there or not there for the sake of like us just making a cool scene?
Let's say they're there because say that I set up a meeting with this person again for whatever reason they let me.
Yeah, well, did you set it up as yourself, or are they expecting somebody else? And then you're like, oh, James Bond, I'm somebody else. Ooh, you know.
Well, I probably set it up through my family, so maybe they weren't expecting me, but they were expecting like somebody related to me.
Okay, I like the connotations of that too. Like maybe some of your family here does have dealings with auditors anyway, right? They're pretty high up there. Cool. So I think you come in, and this person who before was pretty much completely covered by that white robe, if you recall, and they had sort of like the I can't remember what the hat's name is, but the people who work rice fields, like it's quite long and covers them, and they had their head tilted back, so you couldn't like they were trying to be very mysterious, right? So part of the coolness of this seat is that you've disarmed them in that way. And they have, let's see, get a good picture. Yes. So they're still wearing white because auditors always wear white. It's part of their like kind of reinforcement of power, is like most people couldn't keep it clean in this city because act of God going on and yada yada yada. But most auditors wear white, and this person has dark skin, very close cropped hair, and like what's it, is it called a drum with that little bit in their ear? I can't remember what those are called, where it stretches it out a little bit in the earlobe. Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
A gauge.
Oh, yeah, there we go. I don't know why it's called a drum then.
If
So
it's big enough, you can put a drum in it, I guess.
yeah, we'll go with that. So they've got the gauge and a pretty small gauge in their ear, and they have this really cool, like futuristic makeup that's completely white that goes across their jawline and then up their face. And half of it on the left side is completely white. The right is still has their normal skin tone, and then there's some markings of it on their chest a little bit, as well as their neck, and otherwise it's like a futuristic white jacket going on. And I think you see their eyes widen, and they step a little bit closer to a completely white desk. It's like a minimalist office with a outlook to the city that's pretty high up. We'll say it's like, I don't know, like 100 floors up or something like that. And other than the desk, I don't think there's anything immediately in the room. And there's just like a white light shining down on the both of you. But they move towards their desk, which, might signal something to you. What do you say? What do you do?
I have no idea. Ava like probably takes other stuff in the room, and I think he's got like a piece of paper, maybe some e-ink paper or something, because we're lightly in the future. And he looks at it and he says, "Oh, my family's assistant Noah set up this meeting. It was Ritti. You seem familiar."
I see. I think he like loosens up a little bit when he learns that you're playing it that way. Like, oh, I don't even know who you are, right? But clearly you do. He's still standing pretty like rigidly straight in the office, and he's standing what would be like right in front of where you would be able to take drawers out of the desk. Yeah. Yeah, Darren, long-term project and day really nice. Very good. I think he like regains his composure and like puts out his hand if you're going to give him something, and he says, "Shouldn't you be doing something else right now?"
Oh, that's being taken care of. Don't worry. I was wondering if we could negotiate the terms of our contract a little more.
I think he. What?
I was going to say, Aether probably starts walking toward the desk to like sit on it since there's like no chairs.
Oh my god, Ethan. You are ridiculous. There's no chairs, so might as well just sit on his desk.
Yeah.
Okay. I think he like has a little bit of a smirk, but says you better hope so, especially since we don't have a contract. You were supposed to just do something for me and then get paid via the information. The whole point of this exchange was so that we never had an exchange or an interaction, right?
Well, even if it's a verbal contract, that's still a deal. We're doing this for you. You're getting us money. And Aether puts that e-ink paper like face down on the desk. And I'm gonna go for a long shot here and say that there's some sort of computer in this desk.
Sure, yeah.
Try to infect it with e-ink viruses.
Oh my god, that's awesome. Cool. So what does it look like on screen? Does it look like the letters are like flowing out of the device into the desk or something? Or like what is it?
Yeah, I think the big the gag here is that Aethab is trying to keep Ridhi like distracted and focused on him because you see like it's as if ink is leaking out of it like digitally, and it looks like it's kind of spilling out of the edge into the desk and then it's like disappearing into it.
And are you keeping Ridhi busy?
Well, now at this point I'm flirting with Ridhi. I think we've made that canon. So.
Yeah. So do you think that is a networking role?
Yeah, I think because Sway's not right. I'm not trying to convince him of anything. Maybe
Sway. Like it's still being charming, right? Like you're it's up
I
to you though.
Need a new skill for copious flirting, true.
Yeah. Are you hacking him with your flirtations?
Oh, man. Or we could say it's finesse.
Sure.
If Aethab is being particularly alluring. I like consort, and I have good thoughts on that.
I think you mean networking.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. In the future, we network, not consort.
Yeah. And let it be known that just occurred today with Brian. Brian there. He is the master of the network. Cool. So I think your position is honestly, I think it's pretty desperate right now. I think it'll be standard effect.
Okay.
But remember that when you push yourself, you can push for effect. And you could always do a flashback to give yourself a setup action if you're having found something else about him beforehand. Like, I don't know. He really likes jawlines. Something actually, though, not like that.
Finds that out and then gets cosmetic surgery to get a better jawline.
I just won't drink when you're talking. Like almost twice now.
No, but I did take the special ability Schemer, which lets me extend my special armor to push myself when I'm deceiving a person or device.
All right. Well, there you go.
So I'm going to expend that special armor.
Okay.
Standard effect, and then +1 bonus die. Wow, what roll 20 is slow for me. Submit.
I'm still waiting.
It's so slow. There we go. Oh.
Okay, so mark XP.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh no, I meant that as a reminder. Like, oh yeah, that's right. Sorry.
So let's see. You do it. So it starts going on. He is pulled by your flirtations, but there's serious complications, severe harm, reduced effect. Yeah. So I think he is a little bit enraptured and he gets like a little bit of a smirk going on. He's not so like steely and kind of nefarious like when we saw him wearing his full uniform before, and I think he like moves a little bit forward, and then I think he like moves his hand like across the desk, and it's going to like meet yours, but instead it touches like a button and it turns red, and then he signals for security because things are too hot in here. Unless you want to resist the complication.
Absolutely, I want to resist. But we can't. This can't be cut short.
Yeah.
I think. Oh wait, this is good. I want to make a prowess check, and what I'm doing is I'm moving. I'm gonna move my hand to actually grab his before he presses the button.
Oh snap! Okay.
Prowess. This is not. I have like. I will push myself for this because.
You're gonna push yourself for the resistance? No, resisting is works no matter what, right? This is just how much stress that you take. So
that's right. It doesn't make sense.
It might be weird to push yourself. Okay. You technically could, but it would be weird.
Okay, that's fine. I only have one dice, which is better than
ATHAB is weird. So 3 stress, right? So your hand sort of like darts across before that would have happened. It's like a retcon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think I even like that it's a resistance roll because we see it happening first on the camera, and then maybe we do that thing in TV shows where it cuts back to like this was all just in his mind, right? He was going for it, and then it sort of gets like foggy and stops when you guys have skin contact. And then I think how does the device let you know that it's like done, or you just know how long it takes maybe, and you know that it's done, right?
Yeah, it's probably I probably have like a guess, and it should be like finishing soon or like just done or something like that. So yeah, it's just needed that one last moment.
Yeah, so I think your hands meet, your eyes meet, and that's exactly the amount of time that it took for it to be complete. And then what do you do? You just like leave?
I think that ATHAB with Ridley's hands in his hands, ATHAB takes out like a pen out of his pocket and writes his phone number on Ridley's hand.
Old school.
Yeah, it's charming, right? And then ATHAB just like stands up and like grabs the paper for sure, and he just says, "Well, call me, good talk," and then like walks out.
Nice. Cool. And that's exactly when like, is it right after that the blackout occurs for a little bit, or what is it? What does it do too? Does it like wipe the surveillance of like or what does it exactly do? Does it just make it go dark when they're about to get there so it never is recorded, or does it go in and like delete that information, or what?
I'm picturing that auditors have like drones or something that are like long distance watching this, and maybe it sends like a kill code or something to the drones, and they just like scramble and they're just like confused for the hour, 2 hours or whatever. Or like I don't know, they crash or something. Maybe it's dramatic like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
but something like that. Yeah, it knocks out surveillance one way or another.
Yeah, and I think we get like the typical tense moment when you're like just about to leave the entry. You open the door, and that's when we cut to the drones like cascading or like just dropping out of the sky into the earth or whatever. And then it cuts back to you in the lobby, and the security guard's like, wait, or whatever, and then he's like, you drop this pen or whatever, right? So we have the typical tense moment, and then we'll do like a jump cut back to y'all together again after both of yours scores, I guess, right? What did you want to say? Something?
Oh wait, that's right. I forgot. This comment from Alex is very funny. For one, writes his payphone number down. Oh yeah, I guess I don't have a cell phone. It's like a whatever. It's like a my Google Hangouts username. He can text me later. But I was gonna say, ATHAB takes the pen from the garden. He's like, lucky pen.
Well, Or it could be funny to give the number of the payphone that rang when he was there, and then it rang, and then he disappeared. So it's kind of even like another like, I know what you're doing.
Wait, but I want to go on a date with them, though.
Oh, right. Okay. Well,
Don't get in the way of this, Fraser.
Sorry. Well, maybe giving him your real number is part of the long-term project. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. One tick.
Yeah. No, but I'm sure that you could just give him like you say, instead of a phone thing, the way that you interact with all the haunts, right? You said you do it online or something like that. Then maybe you give him your ICQ number.
Yeah, my MSN.
Yes.
God, my 12-digit ICQ number that I have memorized for some reason.
I know, right? I do too.
Oh no, I really didn't. I can never remember that string number.
I do.
Do you still remember it?
Yeah. I'm not gonna tell people on stream, that's for sure.
ICQ's not even around anymore.
Still. You never know what you can find. All right, so boom, score done. Let's do downtime. Okay, so by default, you get 2 rep per score by default. If the targeted score is higher tier, you bet. And you get 3 rep.
So that's per person.
Yeah, except if you keep the operation completely quiet so no one knows about it, you earn 0 rep. Mark the rep on the rep tracker. But now people know that you did it. At least some people know.
Because we videotaped it. We like stream it when we get back. We talked about this. This is why we're the streamers.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
All about the rep.
Yeah, apparently. We just like to, tell people what our exploits are so that we can get thrown in the slammer.
Well, I did tape an extremely trackable object of mine to the thing I was exploding. So I mean, incognito is out the window by this point.
Well, but don't most of us wear masks anyway?
Yes, you do. That is true. But whatever. Okay, so mark 3 rep.
And then +1 because I have gaming the system.
Oh. Think you're so cool, Brian.
Too cool for school.
I don't think it works this time because you hit your head. The crew earns coin based on the nature of the operation. So your pay is the information that you took, which was also the job. Like you were to extract this data so that the reclaimers couldn't get it. And then the interesting thing is that obviously it's like marketable stuff. And so you would think that the auditors would want it, but instead they allowed you to keep it for jewels, which is weird, right? Anyway, you get 8 jewels, a big score, serious loot worth of info when you examine it anyway.
Looks like the crew is already full. So...
Oh, for the jewels?
For the jewels, looking at the sheet. So I'm going to take 2 out of the crew and just everyone mark 2 on their sheet.
Sure.
That's the easiest way.
Yeah. Boom. All right. And I kind of like it. It says subtract jewels equal to your crew tier +1 when you pay a tithe to a boss or a larger organization. So here's a question. Do you pay back your G parents for the ripped up, like instead of a tithe or whatever for it? Are you going to actually pay them for the messed up
solar sail?
The prototype that you took, and insisting on the good one instead of the shitty one, only to mess it up?
You know what? I think I will. Definitely. Because I'm sure word got back to my family. So even if Atheb didn't think about it, somebody probably bugged him about paying back the family.
Yeah. And it's tier +1 and you're tier 0 still, right? So it's just 1. That's pretty good. That's a cheap solar sail prototype thing. I'm sure they were just like, you know, you probably like gave them a jewel and they're like, oh gee, thanks. And it's probably like a 10 jewel thing or something, but they're like, well, he's growing as a person. So
You know that Aether probably came back and said, what are you doing? This is defective.
Yeah.
It was bad. Why did you give me bad things?
Yeah, I really tried it. And then the grandparents were like, no, we don't have bad products here. Why? That doesn't make any sense, Aether. I'm like, okay, here's a jewel.
So as a whole, with the operation out in Shelter 1 with Atheb as well as y'all, let's do heat. So
one other thing, is there upkeep for the convoy? Because I saw that on the.
It should be on your sheet, right? Yeah, we can do that now if you like. Let's see, shelters.
And did we take a crew advancement?
Did you?
We haven't picked it yet. We need to choose one.
Okay. So.
Which also comes with, I forget what it's called, profits or pay, or in Blades it does anyway.
For what?
When the crew advances.
Yeah, you have to pay.
No, you take profits. No, when you increase in tier, it costs.
You mean
money.
You mean getting stash each time?
Yeah, when the crew advances.
Yeah, so that's
I don't know that
on
we
the
did
sheet.
that last time.
Oh, okay, yeah. If you didn't, then make sure you do that. Crew advance, each PC gets stash tier +2. So yeah, it takes. Did you take the costly flaw for your convoy? If you did, then it costs 2 joules per downtime instead of the normal 1 to keep it in operation. To repair all your stuff.
No, we took simple and distinct.
Okay. I might increase that too. It seems really low to but we'll see. Maybe 1 joule per vehicle. I don't know. I'll figure that out later. But anyway, so 1 for your upkeep, and then do we think that this job was smooth and quiet, contained, loud and chaotic, or wild?
Actually, it was sort of quiet, wasn't it? Because they never saw us.
Yeah, like the being in the act of God isn't part of it. That was you getting to it, right?
Yeah.
So, I would say it was contained, although loud and chaotic makes sense for blowing it up twice. Filter.
Because just once wasn't enough.
Yeah. Because wasn't the last scene like the stray light finally got there or something? And when they were about to like look at it, that's when you hit like another button and then it blew up again or something.
Yeah. Fire in the eyes.
So do you think it's loud and chaotic or contained? Standard exposure or high exposure? What do we think? Also walking into the auditors.
Maybe it's high.
Yeah.
If they made the connection. It's not like the auditors don't have a lot of enemies, right? It could have been anyone.
Yeah.
Not Atheb, the heir to the porters,
Yeah.
who arranged the meeting and then flirted shamelessly.
Yeah. And like right after you left, basically, or a minute or 2 after, right? Then it caused like a blackout so that they couldn't view exactly what was going on with that. So I don't know. I would say at least 2 heat. Maybe we can go in between 4 to say 3 heat. to not say it. 4 heat is loud and chaotic, high exposure, so maybe in between 3. Is that good with people? Yeah.
And then +1 heat because our convoy is distinctive.
Nice.
-1 heat because I have gaming the system.
Oh, okay. So back to 3. Back to 3.
And we only advance a tier when we fill our vault with coin, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
No, you fill the rep, and then you have to pay an amount of.
Yeah, you guys should be getting close to rep, right?
Mm-hmm. If somebody's updated, yeah, we only have 3 more to get.
Okay. And then +1 heat for high profile or well connected. No. +1 heat if the situation happened on hostile turf. No. People didn't even really know about it until they sent you. Add +1 heat if you're at war. Nope. Did you kill people? Nope. Right. So yeah, just 3.
What do you mean we didn't kill anybody? They didn't die?
No. Did you?
On the second explosion, we don't know, I guess.
No, I thought that it was rigged so that it would blow up before they got there, right? But it was like to make sure that they wouldn't get anything out of it.
This
And
filter
also
helped
to
you like
look
distinct pyrotechnics so that they'll know it was her.
Well, that was the entire plan, right?
To be distinctive?
I used the Sunjet. It was about as distinct pyrotechnic as you can get.
Oh yeah, and you used the Sunjet, which was +1 heat anyway. So
You would need cyber fingers to make explosions like that. Clearly.
So it's actually 4 heat because using the Sunjet increases it by 1 as well. And I remember telling you that. So cool. 4 heat. What is your heat at now?
6.
Ooh. Cool. So your heat's at 6. And who wants to do the honor of rolling the entanglement?
Can we take our special ability first?
Sure.
Just in case. Because I was going to say,
There's one that lets you roll twice and choose entanglements.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that? Is that further? Oh, I didn't.
It might be on one of the other crews. I don't saw it.
Yeah, no, I don't see that. But what interests me, we've got 2 subvocal tech, which means that we can talk to each other when we're separated. And then there's chosen, which each PC may add +1 action rating to a tune, study, or sway. So you get a up 1 stat. Is that the idea?
Yeah, you choose one of those.
So each of us chooses 1. So each of us can choose from a tune, study, or sway.
Yes.
So that could be useful if we're going to get entangled. But the subvocal tech could be useful in many different situations. We can have lots of fun with that on downtime, I think, actually. That might be fun play-wise. So I don't care. Somebody else like...
Those sound good? I would nominate Elite Troop so that our gang is not totally useless.
Yeah, I like subvocal tech or elite troop. Subvocal tech, I think, now in hindsight, since I'm apparently into infiltrating corporate headquarters, that might be good to keep me in check. But elite troop is very, very good too.
Lauren?
And Elite Troop only takes 1 upgrade, so we would still have 1 other thing to pick.
Oh, we get 2 upgrades?
Yeah, well, the special ability takes up both, but
Okay.
Those upgrades, you get 2 of them.
That's a good argument for elite troop.
Maybe personal training? That's not a bad one. I don't know.
What is personal training?
Just extra XP when you train your.
When you use your downtime for training?
Yeah, the 3 ability tracks, and then you have the personal playbook track.
Ah, okay.
And that one's the most fun because it's the one that gives you crazy new superpowers.
Well, what do Lauren and Alex want?
What are
I'm
the
done
options
for
again? I was too distracted to read all of the
The shiny.
yeah, all the shiny.
I'm done for the subvocal or personal training.
So they're trying to decide between subvocal or the elite troops, I believe, Lord.
Thank you. What did they do? Where are they? Oh, okay, I see on the shifter. I was thinking, sorry, I can't do 2 things at once. It's too hard. Sorry, for some reason I thought you guys were talking about stuff not on our crew sheet. So I was like, where is this stuff?
No, it is on the cruise sheet.
Yeah, subvocal tech sounds fun.
It's under special abilities. Yeah, I mean, it sounds fun
Yeah.
because it can we use it fictionally and we can use it out of fiction. I mean, it's always fictional, but I think we can get a lot of use out of it.
Yeah, definitely.
But the other stuff sounds good also. I mean, it gives us mechanical advantages. But I just can't picture us going into the storms without having subvocal tech, is my problem. Because I was thinking back, how were we even talking during the sandstorm? We were just making gestures at each other, which could have worked. That's
well,
fine.
Nobody tried to use teamwork, so.
Yeah.
The GM is supposed to be on our side, Fraser. Don't read us like this.
Yeah. Well, it would have been funny when you tried to, though. Just be like, You could try it, but it's desperate.
Well, is this our first upgrade, or did we have one before, and who chose it before?
This is our second upgrade, because the first time we...
Second, you took, Stormtroop, where you gained the Vice that were all Daredevils.
And I think I chose that, so somebody else should choose this time around. Or I was pushing that one a lot, I think. So...
It just fit for us.
Yeah.
I think elite troop and then personal training or something makes sense. I like that.
Okay.
Unless there's 2 other people want subvocal. The problem is it's all fine.
Well, so I mean, if we say that subvocal will be the next one, then I'm fine with that. That'll be great.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay,
so
cool.
yeah, I'm keen to get some communication happening so we can do some teamwork like a team.
You know, Fraser's going to play with the fact that we don't have that throughout this next session.
Oh yeah, totally.
Well, yeah. Now it's in his head.
What's this? You find a hurricane? Oh no!
Oh no, we can't talk to each other. Too bad.
You're all separated.
And you can't see each other either.
Reasons.
Yeah. Nice. It's not me. Okay, it's just the weather.
Yeah. Blame it on the weather.
Yeah.
So, is that what you'll take?
So elite troop and personal. Yep.
Okay, let's get that entanglement going then. And then we'll take a short break.
So who rolls entanglement?
Whoever wants to. Who wants to do the honors?
I think Alex wants to.
Yeah.
How did you know?
Because I know you too well.
Where's the roll?
It's on the crew sheet, I believe.
Is it roll fortune?
Yeah. And just 1 die. And then you can...
I think we actually roll 2 and take the lowest, right? Because we're at 0 wanted level.
Oh yeah, that's true. So keep so roll another one. Sorry. 3 instead of 5. Son of a nutcracker. Okay. All right. Okay, we'll take 5 minutes. Let's come back at 15. Okay. What up? We're back. Kind of. Nobody's here but Lauren and I.
Oh, dude.
I heard
Huh?
that.
You what, Lauren?
She's
Hello?
frozen. The makeshift's got her.
What'd you say, Lauren?
Oh, jeez. I'm like trying so hard to figure out how to make the internet work because, like, in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I won't have my work phone anymore, which means I can't just hotspot my phone. And yeah, it might be a weekend where I can't play Gola games.
Or just forget to give it to them.
Yeah. Could do that.
What, Krista?
I was going to say, do you have a Wi-Fi router?
Yes, yeah. I think part of the reason is like the router is just old and fucked. I have yet to test that theory, and I refuse to buy one for my housemates because I'm leaving. So I'm not a nice person.
Well, I would say that's not a jerk person either, not giving them free equipment. Maybe they'll just pay for it themselves.
Yeah. And if we talk to each other, I could, like figure out if they're having the same problems and stuff, but we don't talk to each other. So
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought I was a bit strange, but I live with a lot of equally strange people, I suppose.
They're all ghosts in each other's lives.
We're just ghosting each other all the time.
Yep. See? Does make sense.
None of us network.
Anyone who doesn't like that verb can just whatever. Cool. So I rolled on the table, and I will work in my thing when other people are doing their stuff. And the jewels are sort of like an abstraction of the data, right? So I think there is, to explain that, we'll just say that like you guys have given the data cursory stuff, and a lot of it is what you would have expected to be valuable, which is the systems and information that implicate Carrion along with this very old faction, the Straight Light. And basically nobody had known this, but before, in the prototype stages, Carrion and Straight Light had constructed this vehicle. And while it doesn't show like exactly what had happened to the prototype, the data that you pull from it, the valuable thing of it is that Carrion and the Stray Light had kind of like been colluding years back, to the point where like it's probably I don't know, like 10 years ago or something like that. So it would be something that the Stray Light is now under different leadership. So that leader probably wasn't even aware of this fact, because they're now enemies anyway, Carrion and Stray Light. So yeah, basically that information is money, but you also find more data that you hit as you're sort of like drilling down into it that is encrypted and will take time to break. But the 8 coin is just that kind of information. So you can like sell it to a broker or whatever. It's like an abstract thing that you can do whatever you like with it. So what would people like to do for downtime? Does anyone have ideas? Christo?
Yeah, no, I know what Jet wants to do. Jet wants to go to the auditor building and like jump off the top of it.
Oh,
like bungee jumping or something like that. Whatever like the modern equivalent might be.
You're the kid in Tron Legacy.
I haven't seen that one actually, so I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So the real question is how do we make this a Halo jump, right?
Because they've obviously got an atrium down at the bottom.
Oh, that would be pretty cool, though, right?
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just.
It's like he's going to like crash through the roof, and there's going to be like a table with like a nice spread on it with glasses. He's going to like just time it so that he comes down just as the bungee or whatever like starts slowing him down. He's going to grab the glass of champagne, take a swig of it, and fly back up.
Right. So interesting.
Because my vice is Daredevil, right? We all have it now, so I decided I'm going to play that one up.
Right.
And you said nothing goes wrong when you do this, right? So
it
happens.
Yeah. So it happens.
Yeah.
Downtime actions are safe. That's true. Okay. So
it doesn't have to be the auditor building. That's just the only building I know right now that's tall. You give me another one, that's fine. It probably makes more sense. Probably a carrion building would be more in line with what he would want to do.
The mercenary people.
Definitely, most definitely. You forget we've got an unknown background and he's former military. So you might have a bone to pick with the mercs.
Okay, well, you stole all your vehicles from them too.
Oh, did we? Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yes. So, which is that reflected in your sheet too? Faction mode. Yeah, it's weird that you have 4 things written down, but I guess we just had some of the fiction as you stealing it from Karen, because I would be like, your status should be at like -1 with them. But oh yeah, I think that we had talked about it, and I said that we had made it part of the fiction, and the justification for not taking -1 status with them was that they didn't know who did it, right? I think you guys had rolled quite well or something like that, or we just hand-wavy-umed it to that. Cool. Okay, so you're jumping off of their tower?
Yeah.
Cool.
Because they probably have like twin towers or something like that, so I can rig something to like pull me back out and get away with like a glider thing or something.
Yeah, and they probably have it. It's very like nationalistic, corporate cutthroat environment. So I bet that their building is like pretty ostentatious and stuff too. Like maybe 2 birds like on each building perched at each other or some shit like that, right?
Red, white, and black. We've got sort of this like fascism stuff going on here, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You get where I'm going with this. So are you jumping off one of the birds?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And I guess, yeah, roll to indulge your vice, and then we'll color the fiction from there. That's funny. So y'all are back in the shelter then? Just drove back? Had to get some gas? Some biodiesel or something?
I guess it's snaps away from like the gas station.
Yeah.
Pick me back up.
So wait, I just wrote, where is it? Indulge vice, there we go. Boom. How many dice? You said 2?
It will do it for you.
It's asking me, bonus dice is what it's asking. Okay.
Yeah.
So no bonus. Fine. Ooh, got a 6.
6, wow. Is that more than you have, stress?
Yeah, it is. I had 5 stress.
Excellent. So how do you overindulge?
He takes 2 sips of champagne.
Overindulge with Daredevil. That's like the.
Oh, you can't overindulge
right?
it? Oh, dang. Okay. Why do I make things so good for y'all?
Oh, man, I'm going to do this all the time. I like this.
Yeah. So
maybe I brought somebody with me. Maybe somebody else is doing it.
I think you were like about to get caught or something, and then like I don't know, like the flaps from the wingsuit come out, and you like zip off. So long, suckers.
Oh yeah. See, you're right. You're part of the Star Troop, so you can't overindulge in it. All of the good stuff is what you need. So yeah, cool. So yeah, you would have overindulged, but you did not instead.
Yeah.
Is there any kind of like, do you want to like give us the whole scene of that, or are you good with it?
I think I sort of just did, didn't I?
Okay, so you're good with that?
Yeah, I'm good with that. Like maybe I ask somebody to film it because we're the streamers.
Oh
Or
my
maybe
gosh, yeah.
since we're in the shelter, maybe I had the GoPro on and stuff like that and had positioned cameras on other places. So yeah, it's all like, it's all set, so I got it.
Is it like a live event or something too?
No, I think there's got to be a lag to it, or that's, I don't really want to get caught.
All right, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's part of how you get away is you broadcast it as if it's going live, but it's actually the feed is a little bit delayed. So
Cool. Love it. Man, you all just fingering carrying every time you can. It's good. Who else has a thing?
I have a couple of things, but I'll do one.
Okay.
Because I also need to get rid of some stress.
Yeah.
I kind of like just going for a faith because I'm kind of happy if I overindulge in this. I think it should be fun. And since Wolfie comes from this forged community of quarks who worship water and acts of God and stuff, I think this time she's going to try and commune with her faith. Like, I like to think the shot in her head is like sort of her sitting like under the waterfall kind of thing with like all the like nice clean water running off of her shoulders and stuff while she's sort of just like very meditative, indulging in nature. But then in reality, it's like a dirty pipe water that's sort of like spilling out from one of the like from a higher up level in the roots, and she's sort of being sort of cascaded with not great scummy water in this pool that's gathering underneath this chute. Because it's the only sort of like clean water source she can find in the roots.
Clean.
Yeah.
Dirty pipe water. Yummy. Cool. Cool. Roll it up. 4.
Oh, I got 4. I had 5 stress.
That's pretty good then. It's practically the best. All right. Who else?
Soothing about it. Okay.
What?
Apparently that was quite soothing for her.
Yeah, it's all in the mind, right? Anyone else?
I might go fight the power.
What does that mean?
Might try and indulge my daredevil vice
Okay.
and go mess with the whatchamacallit, not architects, auditors.
You guys like to fuck with these people, huh? Okay.
Yeah, they told us what to do. They don't tell us what to do. We just go into storms.
Yeah. Says Alex in a house coat. Yeah. We do what we want.
I don't need your rules, society.
Nice. Cool. So how were you messing with the auditors?
I figure, like, I forgot my own character's name. Filter has. We see like a filter in an alleyway messing with like a large pipe, like just outside the headquarters. And like she does like the finishing touches, pulls it over her shoulder, and like starts firing canisters at the windows of the building. And like unimpact, like splash out into paint. Saying stuff like, fuck you, just like slander. Spread all over their nice clean windows.
Nice. Okay. Let's see how much stress you clear actually from doing this, though. It'd be funny if it was like 1 or something. Like low bar. 4. How much stress did you have?
I had 5.
Oh, you guys are all about that, almost. Cool. And then, so is sabotage playing in the background as you're doing this?
Oh yeah, so it's on one arm is the paint cannon, and then the other arm is a boombox.
Oh God. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Who else wants to do something? What about quiz? Or oh, sorry, Darren, you were gonna go.
Yeah. I think I do want to start a long-term project to I want to throw a party.
Oh, a party. Okay. I was gonna say it would be so funny if you were gonna meet him in his office again, and that's when like the paint hit the window, and you're like, "That is not anything to do with me."
But can we? I mean, can we have that like in canon anyway?
Sure. Yeah. You're giving
Whatever.
him the invitation.
Sure. Yeah, I think I want to start organizing a party with some big players. Yeah, so we can. It's a cosplay theme. Everyone has to show up dressed like their favorite streamer. Yeah, so I want to eventually invite like Carrion, the Straylight Business, the auditors. I want to get everybody in the same room at just the right time later.
Okay, and where are you holding this at like your parents' estate or something, or
Let's do it in the Rust.
in the Rust? Interesting.
Yeah, maybe there's a part of one of the islands that's like the family owns or can rent out or something. So it becomes very like this beachy vibe. We're gonna try to sell them on that. Never mind the wild climate that's happening.
Is the Rust? Is that where like that island, the volcano, is like going to be a problem? Okay. See, this party can be like save the Rust, but just you just have to time it so that I can frame the cryptographers for that before it becomes public knowledge.
Yeah, perfect. It's a gala for like a humanitarian outreach to make the corporations look good, but instead we're gonna do some shenanigans probably, or who knows.
Okay.
We'll find out at the party.
Okay, so it's a humanitarian gala, and it's on an isolated island place, and the idea is like it's a thing where they can go get all like fancy schmooze with each other, but they could also just like take off their shoes and be out on the beach and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, there's probably we're probably gonna set up like a really nice deck. So like there's like a formal space, but then there's steps that go right onto the beach, and there's probably like an attendant who will be there with like a box, and he'll collect people's shoes. It's like a shoe check.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So how are you going to do this? What action do you think you're taking?
I think
yeah, depending on how you do it, I'll set a clock, I guess.
I think it's gonna be mainly consorting, right? Because I'm gonna try and like leverage my connections and schmooze with these people.
Yeah.
To get them out there.
It does sound like you're networking.
Sorry. Yeah. Consorting is dead.
Yeah.
Atha is networking.
I just like bugging you. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. I think it's only gonna be a 4 o'clock because this is totally a rich thing, right? I couldn't see people being it's not really a thing that they can really refuse that much either, depending on how public you make this invitation anyway, right? Because if they say no, then they're the corporation that's like, no, we don't care about the island that makes the porters happen, right?
Right. Okay.
So yeah, we'll say at 4 o'clock, and then you give me the fiction around it.
Yeah. So I think the first one is probably. Or wait, should I roll first and then we go off of the roll?
Yeah, I would roll first and then give the fiction.
Okay. And this is a fortune roll, right?
No, you're rolling your stat.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I just mean it's not. There's no position.
Oh
or anything.
yeah.
Go. Oh, roll 20. Come on. There we go.
There you go. So a
5.
5 is 2 segments, but you can bump it up with some moolah if you like.
I will keep my 1 moolah. And
Okay.
I'll stick with the 2. That's fine. So yeah, it probably just looks like Athab is probably firstly schmoozing grandparents out there and getting like the space. You see him like walking around with like his family's assistant Noah, his good friend Noah, and then probably someone representing the grandparents, and they're like sketching out a thing, and Atha is talking very verbose about a grand vision. And then he's like drafting emails, basically. And then maybe next time he'll go and like make personal visits or something to seal the RSVP, like that.
Cool.
Or I guess maybe he wasn't. That's a lot to like go out there and come back, probably. So maybe he's just on the phone. Who knows? Who knows what Atha was up to?
That's fine, because yeah, we haven't established how long it takes to get from one place to another, and downtime is supposed to be like some time, right? Like, especially if people are, like, it's the downtime between a score, so it's not going to be like, and tomorrow we rob a bank.
Okay,
yeah. So that leaves quiz, right? Hasn't gone yet. Yeah.
I'm definitely going to train my playbook because that will give me an advance. I think this will be whatever resources we put towards upgrading our personal training. Quiz is using that to upgrade his hacking gear. So I'm going to take Rootkit. And I definitely want to do that first because I imagine hacking is going to be involved in my trying to finish that implicate the cryptographer's clock.
Right. What about your hate on for the cryptographers?
I mean, it's more important just that we don't get blamed for Rust. But yeah, I don't like them, so might as well be them. So I'll go and do that as my second action. I'm gonna just work on. So I think I started the false, the planted evidence trail out there, and but they're located here in Shelter 1, right? So I'm just continuing to tell this, false story. So that would be hack, and then I guess I do get the 1 extra die for my rootkit.
Yep.
Let's see. Okay.
6, that's good. 3.
6, so 3 ticks will complete that clock.
Yep. So you've successfully implicated the cryptographers instead of y'all, right? Cool. And mechanically, what did we decide on that?
Oh yeah, what does that actually do? Yeah, I don't know. Other than just we don't actually want.
Yeah, was it heat?
Was it going to get rid of heat? Maybe.
It would be handy if it did, because we're super hot right now.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
We just need to get 3 or 4 more, and all of our heat will go away.
I think it was.
Yeah, magic.
Was it part of a longer term project?
Well, it was. I think
Wasn't it the first step?
I had a few different goals, and that was kind of the most important thing. Yeah, it was just that we don't get blamed.
Okay, sure. Well, why don't we abstract it to the 3 heat that you had before? We'll get rid of that then, because that was the heat from the previous job, right? And I will just make a note that it goes to a different, it goes to the cryptographers instead. So instead of it being gone, you'll have it actually transferred the heat to them as well. So it's a little bit different than.
Yeah. So I mean, the thinking was just like we don't want this disaster to actually happen to all these people. So now that the blame is safely shifted, we can like alert people, and whether we're the ones who prevent it from happening or other people do.
Kevin saved the day, but look at us cleaning up other people's problems.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yep. Okay, cool. Yeah, so the heat will go to them, and at the same time, then you're also like telling people about how like the island is fucked up too, right? And then we can cut to, and then at the same time, we know that Atheb is like, man, that island is fucked. You guys should throw a gala. It's like it's getting hot on this island. Things are about to crack. So yeah. Cool. Who else is wanting to do something for their second action?
I'd like to do personal training.
Cool.
What is it? So we get, so instead of 1 XP, we get 2?
If you do it in the train thing on your, if you have it marked on your crew, yeah.
Yeah, no, we did that. So right, that's what we did with it. We took the personal training thing. Wow, that's
well. There's different categories of it though, so just make sure that you're marking it in the appropriate one.
Oh, so this one is only for playbook advancement, right?
Yeah, we started with resolve, and then we added personal. So either one of those, you get 2 instead of 1.
Yeah.
Either one of those, I get 2 or 1. Okay, I'm going to take the resolve one then.
Okay.
And you can train all 4 in a downtime, but you can only do each one once in a downtime.
Sweet. Yeah, so I figure I'm like watching Quiz work if he doesn't mind, like, because I need to tune up my hacking skills.
Your what?
My hacking skills.
Okay. My hacking skills. Oh, yeah, so you
I hacked the GPS and it came off, and I'm really proud about that. But you know, I want to go to the next level.
Cool. Yeah. Hacking the GPS to make people glide into acts of God. No big deal.
Yeah. No, they got out okay. They're competent.
Yeah. Get on my level. Cool. Who else? Anyone else got an action? Does anybody want to decode the data?
Ooh, yeah, I'll get started on that too. I gotta spend a jewel.
That's just gonna be a 4 o'clock because it's antiquated encryption anyway.
Fraser, can we have group long-term projects? So for instance, if the next time around during downtime I wanted to contribute to that, I could do it also?
Sure.
Oh, cool. Okay. If that's not getting into Quiz's territory.
It's fine with me, but I'm going to crit this and just complete it right here, so.
Dude.
Almost.
Yeah, you could always spend 1 more. To just fill it up. Because you're at 3 out of 4. No?
Quiz, don't you have to heal or something?
It was
I traumaed. I didn't take trauma.
Yeah.
I was ready for that. I had armor. I had enough load left.
Yeah. They're traumaed out but not bagged up, which is kind of funny. And also everybody else is the one behaving strangely, base jumping and shooting, being anarchistic and stuff, but Quiz is the one with trauma. So
yeah, and Quiz thinks it's very suspicious of all of you to be behaving that way.
Oh, because they're paranoid, right? Yeah. Very suspicious that you'd be jumping off of buildings, I guess. causing too much trouble. Okay, does someone else have their second action?
I do, but it's really self-indulgent and not useful.
Okay.
But
Not like Daredevil.
well, it involves daredeviling. I kind of want to track down some like-minded daredevils to make some friends. So me and maybe Jet can I like the idea of like racing each other on acts of God and stuff, like so we can leave and kind of like street race, but it's like you're riding the wind or like the sand dunes or something, to get a bit of like competition out of it, because it's fun doing it by yourself, but it's always funner if you have friends doing it, and then maybe we can make bets and stuff and like see who's the best at riding this stuff. Yeah.
Did you guys take Elite Troop as your upgrade? I think you find these friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I want to like use Quiz's skills for getting in and out of Shelter 1 is like the incentivized pitch, because it's like, hey, we can get you in and out safe. We've got this person, they're really good at getting people where they need to go, so we can get out and ride some acts of God. Yeah. That's what but I guess I don't need to do a project for that, because I guess we have the friends.
Yeah, you already have the fictional positioning to get an Elite Troop because you took it as an upgrade. So you could just color that as the fiction of you getting these Elite Troop people. And the ways in and out to the Forged, Quiz has them, but also Jet does as well, right? As part of the playbook for the quirk.
Has what?
Hidden ways in and out of to the Forge communities, don't you?
Let's see. Yeah, you're right. It's
hidden
to the Forged.
Yeah, so presumably it's a two-way street. So, yeah, how is it that you guys get, like, do you just take like a car or whatever and then like carpool into the city, or what does it look like to get into the city from where you were in the desert? Or we could always just have it like cut to you people in these places and stuff, but if you want to actually show it on screen how you get in and out, that's an opportunity.
Well, I like to go Quiz.
Could there be like an aqueduct from where they melt these glaciers they bring in that like pumps into the city that we like scuba dive through or something?
Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, sure.
That's not Daredevilish at all.
Yeah, you Metal Gear Solid in. Got it. Through.
I like fake mustaches and border control.
I like scuba diving.
Okay.
Okay. So, did you have something else that you want to do for your downtime now that you met your friends?
Well, the only thing I wanted to do was like do a project to make some friends, but I already got friends, so I don't need to worry about doing any of that setup. And I don't need to like get rid of any immediate heat, so I don't any immediate stress. So I don't think I need to like do active God Street racing just yet. So I think it would perhaps be prudent to try and get rid of some more heat, but I'm not sure like what our heat relates to fictionally that I can help with.
Let's see. Well, you can, it's pretty much your purview to decrease it. Like, it could be, yeah, it could be pretty much whatever you think. Like, it could, a lot of times it's like making the Sentinels get onto another track, or like even just basically intimidating witnesses and stuff like that, or is an example in the book. There's basically any way that you want to, you could apply it to the going down with heat. And it could even be as simple as like you repaint all your vehicles and stuff, right, to a different special look.
You could blackmail people by using drone footage.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Off.
Yeah, that's an amazing idea. Let's do that.
I gave you 3 as well.
They were really good too.
But yours not creepy stalkerish.
Yeah, Christopher said drone, and I was like, I'm there.
Yeah. Oh, I should. Did you see the single page spread of the lens? It's pretty cool. You roll your thing. I'll look for it.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. So, what is the action you think of you blackmailing people with footage from your drone?
I think I'm probably
Are you networking?
Not this time. That would get really embarrassing really quickly. It's like,
Yeah.
they can't have any pips in networking.
You better subscribe to my newsletter. Yeah. Tracing sounds good.
Cool.
So let's see how much heat you decrease with that.
None. I got snake eyes.
Well, even if you get 1, you still did 1 tick.
Yay.
It's something. It is strange that blackmailing people with drone footage wasn't too effective, but
it was probably like really bad blackmail. Like, oh, you stole your neighbor's post, or like you...
Well, I mean, maybe one of the people who were controlling the drones or something like that. You get to like one of the people, but then like, I don't know, before you can complete the job, you have to like bust out of there or something, because maybe it's just like this is a thing that you'll continue to do later in the future, maybe, but you only get 1 this time because you like do the drop off in their house, and we get the shot of like this guy in a house coat or something in the white zone, right, or in the middle district, like middle class district, the blue district, which is like, so it's like a suburban-y looking place with like sprinklers going off and stuff like that, and you put something like by his door or whatever, right, so that when he opens it and goes for work, he can see this footage, and then maybe we just see you like leaving as he's like looking around and getting all paranoid and stuff like that, and then the next time you reduce heat like that, you can just continue to fuck with that guy or some other drone operator or something like that, right? This is just the taste.
Awesome. Thank you. That was amazing.
Yeah, no problem. Who else has some stuff to do?
I was also gonna try and reduce some heat.
Good.
Take it down a little more. I think this is my second encounter with Ritty.
Second encounter, okay.
I want to go back to the auditor's office and oh, you know what? I'm gonna bring Ritty lunch.
Okay.
And then I don't know. We'll probably schmooze him a little bit, but then also like maybe just try and like talk to the like security guards and things like that in the like auditor HQ, and just try and like find out where they're at and what's going on and how I can like get rid of our connection.
Okay.
Or like smooth that out.
Okay, so and you're taking it to his office again, or do you want it to be more like cloak and daggery, right? Where like maybe he's at an eatery at lunch or something, and then you just like sidle up or something, right? I like that you're like I like it if you're continuing to encroach on his life, but it somehow like becomes a
Yeah,
thing.
that is pretty good. Yeah, I meet him at like somewhere, and I'm like, oh, wow, weird to see you here.
Where do you think it is?
It's probably. I really like the idea of going back to the auditor's HQ, so maybe it's just in their cafeteria.
Okay, sounds good.
And I'm like, weird seeing you here. And he's like, no, it's weird seeing you here. What are you doing in the cafeteria?
Do you think he's one of those like solitary people who like always eats far away from other people, or what?
Yeah, but maybe it's just that like the cafeteria just has like small tables, so it's kind of like you're either sitting at a full table or you aren't. Like, I don't think he goes to lunch with like a little lunch buddy. He's got a private office, you know. He like goes into work and he goes and he goes and eats.
What are you wearing? Krista wants to know.
Low cut lit jeans, like literary jeans.
No,
probably with lights, right?
Yeah, didn't you like choose the clothing last time with like the neon crotch or something like that? What was it?
Well, that was probably a joke, right?
I think that was like there was something like in the list that you gave us to choose from that was like that.
I don't know if I had light up crotch on there.
Aza usually wears his family's jumpsuit because it's very nice, but I think maybe he is trying to be a little sultry. So maybe he what is Aza wearing? Yeah, I'm gonna get too caught up in this. I think maybe he like just goes in his jumpsuit, but then he like, you know how like people in jumpsuits will take off the top half and like tie it off at their waist. I think he's doing that, and he's got like a tank top on or something. He thinks he looks sexy in his like mechanic get up.
And so what do you want the end result to be? Is like on like a date or what?
Yeah, can we reduce heat by making Ridhi like not care about us and have him want to like just date me instead? He's like a conflict of interest, and he's like, well, I can either see what this guy's about or
sure, reduce heat. I like it because you're like kind of leveraging the mechanics to not make it a long-term project. You're like, it's reduce heat, so it just happens, right? I guess we're out on a date. Yeah, it's rough.
Well, that can be the next long-term project. I mean, like if we're gonna go on future dates.
Okay.
Wait, is your long-term project to turn him into your boyfriend? Is that what this is?
It's gonna be apparently. We're just reducing heat right now.
Right now, it's just reducing heat.
Before we build up the heat.
It sounds like I was gonna say this is a heat transfer. I think this is not a reduction.
Okay, so the reduce heat is making him care about you.
Yeah.
At this, and by being kind and bringing him lunch and stuff, right? So he doesn't have to eat the crappy food here or whatever.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Are you networking?
We do need a flirt skill.
I think networking. You can still flirt.
A flirtatious networking.
Well, it's also sway, isn't it? If you're trying to convince him to do something, you're
yeah,
trying
maybe
to convince him to go on a date, right?
Yeah, maybe this one is more sway, where I'm being more forward and being like, "You should be into me."
Yeah, networking would be if you were working on the long-term project of the dating, probably.
All right, we'll keep that in mind for next time then.
Yeah, so sway him.
Sway. Oh my gosh, these Roll20 prompts are very slow on my computer.
Yes, it is.
Just really building up the suspense here. All right, anytime.
There you go. 5. There you go. So that's pretty good. So you get 2, and then you can spend the moolah if you like to increase that.
Those reduce
Right.
heat. We only have 2 heat left.
Oh, really? I thought you had like a lot. What's up with this?
I took off 3.
I took off 1.
Oh, the one. Okay, cool.
There you go.
Yeah, we were at 6. Yep.
Well,
I'll keep my money.
you should just spend it anyway because you bought him lunch. It costs money, you know.
I know, that's true. I do like that. Because I want to bring him a good lunch.
No, I'm
So-
kidding. There's no way a lunch would cost a whole jewel.
Oh.
I mean, it does if you want to start that project and take
yeah.
another.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me do that. I like that. I think that does make sense because I think I want this to be like there's a lot of effort going into this also. So yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna do another. You're gonna open up a long-term project, and this is the networking.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wow.
Okay,
You
or
know.
is this later? Right. This can be like you could even be like a week later. I am, now we're doing this or whatever. Right. Like it doesn't have to be followed in
Yeah,
right now.
immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe yeah, maybe it's like a week later or something, a little bit later. I've somehow convinced Ridhi to spend his time on me, and yeah, maybe it's networking because I'm like, we're cleared out of heat, Lauren. We're clean. But yeah, so networking because I'm like schmoozing him up, and also I like spent the time maybe to like find a nice little restaurant or something.
Okay. Interesting. And this is the end mechanical result. Like the mechanical result is to add him as a friend or something, or what?
Yeah, I think that's the best way to frame it. Is a boyfriend not good enough for this game?
Well, it just depends if you want some mechanical benefit from it. Because, yeah, like adding him as a contact will be a big deal because it's like also putting him in jeopardy a little bit, probably, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that makes sense as a contact.
Okay, so let's make it a 12 o'clock then.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
He's
gonna
no
be
pushover.
convincing.
He's not easy like that.
Yeah, well, it'll be like you're like dating a dissident that your whole job is basically finding these people to put them into reform, which is the jail, right? You're like, instead though, you're my friend, you're my boyfriend.
This is a great moral quandary side story.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
when you tear up, maybe it'll be him just being like, "Fuck this corporate life."
Yes. He's gonna join our crew. We're gonna take down the auditors and the tracers.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Sorry. Okay.
So for now, though,
let me roll since it'll take me 12 years to get through all these prompts.
Yeah, I should have been talking while you were rolling. Hey.
I know. Sorry, I got distracted. Just dreaming about dating Ridhi. Oh man, one more. Go. Okay. All right. Should come up anytime. There we go.
Oh, so you got a whole one segment on that 12 o'clock. Unless you want to spend some money.
No, I don't have any money.
Well, I guess if you were rich, this would be easier. But wait.
My family's rich, but not me.
Yeah. Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
So, what do you think this one tick is? Is just like a week later, a snapshot thing of you guys in some restaurant or something, or what?
Yeah, I like that. I think that we get to the restaurant is on. It's like a ceiling restaurant, or not a ceiling. I don't know what that means. Like a rooftop restaurant.
You all wear grab boots.
Yeah, the future is here. It's I almost said ceiling restaurant again. It's a rooftop restaurant where we're like, but I think like the windows are screens, so it looks out on some like beautiful forest or something, but instead it's like the sprawling city below. I don't know. Yeah, it's like that idea of a pristine nature that doesn't really exist anymore. And we both get to the building at the same time, and then we have like, oh, somebody, Atha was like, oh, I thought I would be there first. So they have like an awkward moment riding up in the elevator, but then eventually they have like their small talk catches up and they like start chatting a bit. And I think Atha tries really hard and like makes some jokes to get through like Ridhi's like cold exterior, and it probably just doesn't like quite crack it this time. But afterward, Ridhi is probably like, I had a really good night. Goodbye.
Goodbye. I am a robot. I am a corporate robot.
I must go.
Yeah. Cool. And yeah, I mean, it's still even like a little bit of a risk even going out in public with you, so you are making headway. Right?
Yeah.
You're a glitch.
Cool.
Cool.
That doesn't think about himself that way.
That's true, yeah. Yeah. It's only when it comes up on a scanner that it matters. Eh? Like, no, you don't understand. I'm actually extremely rich, so
My credit cards are declined everywhere, but don't mind that.
yeah. Sweet. Okay, so who else has second actions they want to do? Or even more if they want to burn jewels. Alex, what are you doing? What is Filter up to?
I'll do some study. I'll do a personal training thing.
Oh, okay.
Read up some books.
Read up some books. What are the books on?
Let me just find the one I was gunning for next.
Oh.
Come on, you can do this, Windows. That sounds cool. Let's go for like medicine books.
Okay. And okay.
It'll be like how to weld the human body 101.
Okay. Interesting. I think I know what ability you're going for. Cool. So you're training a playbook move?
Yeah.
Cool. And did you get it?
I did not.
Okay. Cool.
Maybe holding the book upside down. Holding like a blowtorch.
You guys, it doesn't... You always make progress in this game, okay? You guys are very self-sacrificing in this game where you're like, one tick, I must have not have done anything. You still get the thing. There's still things that happen in the fiction if you're training, or if you're even one tick at a 12-tick click clock. See, things are happening. It's all good. You know how to read, and you hold books up real good.
It's progress. It's progress.
It's just dense, right? The human body is a dense subject. People study for many years, right? It's all good.
It's really hard to weld.
And do you have another action that you want to do? Do you want to spend some jewels?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I'll spend a jewel and go visit my friend, Shira, the chop shop owner.
Okay.
To get things for my new cool car.
Okay, the long-term project?
Yeah.
Cool. What do they look like? Do you want me to find a picture?
Maybe Filter is like just the epitome of fashion for her hometown, and Shira also has like this rag niche going on. Maybe it's like a different color because they're in town and can get fancier things, like some tie-dye rags wrapped around the face.
That's what's fancy, is dye.
Yeah, I imagine so, right? It's water-based. Water is fancy.
Oh, that's true. Okay, I now buy your thing. Cool. And so what are you getting off of them? You're just like collecting parts while they're working or something?
Yeah. Just waltz up and be like, yeah, taking this, thanks. Let's go for engine parts, because that thing is not nearly fast enough to fuel the Daredevil needs a filter.
Cool.
Like all the boosters, all of the big engines. It's like cut them out in the shopping trolley.
Nice. Yeah. And we see like a retrofitted old sports car that's like got the swiveling, where the wheels are, they're like swiveling pivot things, right? That are thrusters instead. And maybe your friend, I like the idea of your friend working on it, like under the vehicle, and you're just like grabbing these parts. You go up to the, like, you walk out, but maybe she has like a minion working, right? And they're like, you're like, no, it's fine. I know them, right? It's all good. And they're like, and then you just like walk out with this stuff.
Looking at Joel, I'm like, yeah, thanks, bye.
Sweet. And so what action do you think that is for your long-term project?
Probably tinker.
Yeah? Are you working on something? Or are you stealing parts? I mean, taking them.
I spent a Joel, I bought them.
Oh, right. Okay. So you kind of like walk out and then just... Okay. I thought you were just like, and thank you. Okay. Cool. So yeah, roll that and let's see how much progress you make on your long-term how much do you have left on your clock?
I have.
And you crit on
6.
it. So
Nice.
a crit is 5 segments.
Oh snap.
Yeah.
And I can spend a Joel to boost that up by 1, right?
But it's already at a critical.
Also, I can't just like get an extra segment filled.
You would just, it's best to just roll it again if you want to do it twice. Take another action.
Yeah. You only need
right.
one. You only need 1 segment, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can just spend it because no matter what you roll, you would get a jewel or you would get a segment, right? So sure.
Sweet ass. Yeah, I'll spend 2 and get my sweet ass car.
So what does it look like? It's done, right?
It's done. I feel like it still looks like a car on the outside. Maybe like the bonnet has had to have like an extra like bit added on the top so that it can actually fit the new engine. And as last time, the screen has been like smashed out and replaced with a metal bend. Like they did, like the inside has been converted from like a regular old like family car into like a Formula 1 driving seat. Like the steering wheel comes like most of the way to the back, and Phil has to like lie down to fit in it.
Sweet. So mechanically, maybe you get another edge for your own vehicle, which is
Sure.
just like real fast. You get the edge fast AF.
Why not? I dig it.
Well, we'll just say it's equipped. Hey, we'll say that you can consider an assist when you're instead of it being tracking gear. We'll say that it's equipped for like speed, right? So you can consider it an assist when you're doing like maneuvers and stuff like that on it. Does that sound good?
I can consider what now?
We'll say that it's nimble. The vehicle handles easily. Consider this an assist for tricky maneuvers.
Oh, right. It's like a bonus die when I'm like, and then I do a flip.
Yeah, like the car helps you do it.
Nice.
Yeah. Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Did you name this car yet?
Of course, but I haven't thought of a name right now.
Okay.
Let's go for
Doug.
Man, names are hard. Go for just like the speedster.
Okay. Sure. We'll just leave it open. So if you ever want to change that, just let me know.
No, it's permanent. It's been spray painted on the roof.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Sounds good. Spray paint with the leftover stuff that you hurled at the building.
Fuck you, like on the side.
They'll never find you. Okay. Sounds good. Does anyone else have actions that they need to do downtown?
I might spend a jewel just to train the playbook, which is just be tinkering with Binky.
Which is what?
I'm just gonna tinker around with Binky.
Oh, okay. And then does that unlock the thing for you, or?
No. I just wanted to do something.
Okay. I thought maybe you were like, I gotta spend money just so I could have an extra thing or whatever.
I might get there this episode. We'll see.
Nice. Okay. Sounds good. With that all done, so I guess you're, for now, ostensibly back in Shelter 1. Do people have things that they want to immediately do for a score, or are you looking for opportunities?
We're looking for opportunities, right? We gotta.
There's nothing immediately that you guys are wanting to do?
Any targets for me to track down?
Do we want to finish decrypting that data? Because we only need one more tick.
Oh,
it's true.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Jet's looking for his next adrenaline high.
Nice.
Come on, people. Come on. Quiz, you've been inside too long. Let's go do something.
Yeah, I like these people jumping off of towers and stuff, and you're just like, nerd boy or whatever. Are they? Does Quiz looks masculine though, right?
I mean, Quiz is wearing a disguise at all times, right? So I think it probably changes to suit their mood. So
okay, so yeah, people really can't get a beat on you. Cool.
Come on, Quiz. I got your back. Nothing will happen.
Yeah, Quiz, go ahead. Go have some fun. I'll finish up the
Oh, nah, you're coming with us.
Oh,
come on, Athu.
Well, who am I to say no? I love whatever.
Thrill too, right?
I love a thrill.
You gotta have something to show your boyfriend when you get back.
I end up like punches your playful. He's like, oh, he's not my boyfriend. Yeah, come on.
Yeah. Come on. Come on. We gotta find the next new. Yeah, the next big thing. We gotta get something on the stream. We're building our rep. We're taking over territory. Come on, let's do it, people. What's the next big thing? Let's stick it to the carry-on again somehow.
Shh! Don't say that out loud. Maybe we should expand the turf, though. That would be fun.
Yeah, let's fight the police. Let's go.
Whoa.
He's right for it. Let's fight the police.
That's amazing.
I love it.
Let's set somebody else for carry-on to set them up. Oh wait, no, we set up the cryptographers, didn't we? So we're gonna have to. But who the cryptographer is going to set them up?
Yep.
We need to weave a web.
Apparently. So, are you decrypting the data though, Quiz? Or what is happening with that?
He assigned it as a long-term project.
I have an extra jewel. I can give it to you to do it during downtime.
No, but then again, if we don't do it now, this is the last session, isn't it? Or do we have one more?
Well, it's gonna go for 2 months.
I mean, the crew has a jewel. We could just spend that, and anyone can do it because it only needs one tick.
Maybe you all work on it together.
one thing, happy
Quiz is
thing.
just like, okay, simpleton, this is how.
Yeah, maybe this is him teaching Jet how to do it. It's like, okay, but
Mm.
I'll help you decrypt it if you can we go if I help you decrypt it?
And what is it? Where do you do your work? Is it in your like vehicle, like in the back of it or something like that, or what? Quiz.
Yeah, because we don't have a place in Shelter One, right?
No, but you have a convoy outfitted with quarters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure you have. And do you have a
So, yeah.
workshop as well?
Don't think so. No.
No. Okay. So yeah, what does it look like? You doing this thing?
I can't imagine it looks too exciting.
Just like some screens or something? Like, do you have a suite setup with 3 monitors and you're in the back of your...
I don't think I do, because I think I have my goggles.
Oh, right.
I don't need. Maybe that's what I see is I see all these awesome screens and everything. Maybe we see that, and then the camera pulls back and you see like, oh no, I'm just sitting there with goggles on. Waving my hands around.
Minority Reporter.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that. So, so you look like like you're doing some stuff, and meanwhile, the entire time you're just like tuning out your friend who's like, "Come on, let's go," and then there's like a little progress bar or something like that.
It's probably not Minority Reporting it anymore, right? It's probably Ready Player Oneing it.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. At least with your guys' lifestyle, for sure. Tier 0, no lifestyle. Yeah, this is like sometimes it sparks on your head or something, right? It's like cool.
I mean, I have Tier 1 hacking gear, so it's...
Oh, okay. There you go. So it doesn't like almost hurt you when you hack stuff. No, just kidding. I wouldn't do that. Cool. So when you decrypt it, I think there's like a it's like a strange symbol that you haven't seen before, but a corporate logo. Like all of the corporations have very specific designated logos that everybody can recognize. Like safety stuff is all on all the weapons and all that kind of stuff. Information is on all the like infotainment stuff that you can get, etc. And then Carrion doesn't have that, right? Because it is very high in tier, but it's not a corporation. So it has everything that it should have to be recognized as a corporation, but isn't recognized as one with the corporate Congress, because they deliberately want to keep Carrion from entering the like upper echelons of power, right? It would be as if you as a crew worked your way up to like tier 4, tier 5, and we're like, woohoo, we made it. And they're like, but nah, right? That kind of thing. Except you were like a cleaner crew for mercenaries. So you've undergone the like metamorphosis of like having to do really bad things to get where you are, but then still denied the power. But this one, the symbol is unfamiliar. It looks like a lighthouse with like a beam that's swathing across a quarter of the logo, and it's like black and white and kind of fuzzy, and we get it. The data is like kind of bad, but still readable. Like when you watch a movie and they reconstruct data and it's like readable, but it looks all like kind of messed up and stuff like that. That's the effect that we get on this on screen as well. And when you scroll down, it has like geo coordinates for a place called like as you scroll down, it just says the Gray on it, and it has like a whole bunch of weird schematics that come up. Like it starts sort of bombarding in your eyes. We see like the reflection in your goggles, and basically what you see is a tower that is like piercing the sky, like up into the clouds. And below it, there's like all these schematics for plastic sheathing that goes over a forest. And it's on like these man-made cliff faces with only one direction that you can go up. And it's extremely vertical. It'd be so vertical that you would need something with like 4x4 power to like actually scale up it. Like that's how steep it actually is. And it's man-made that way. It has like all these design plans for fracking the place and for like shearing off the cliff, so it actually does this work. But it doesn't give too much information about what this place is, other than like top secret, confidential, and then it gives you the coordinates, and it just keeps referring to the place as the Gray and codename Upwind. Dun dun dun. So what do you do?
So, hey everybody.
Only we had the sub vocals.
I know.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say too. It's funny.
Instead, yeah, team meeting.
Team meeting. Yeah. Well, I kind of like it if you're doing all this stuff on your goggles, and then we kind of like you get out of your vehicle or something like that, and we have like a POV shot of the goggles with displaying all this bombardment and stuff like that, and then we see Jet, right, like pressing you to you're like, let's go surfing or whatever, right? And then we pan over and we see Filter like snapping on the last part to the vehicle with satisfaction and whatnot, right? And then we go over to Wolfie, who maybe is like just coming back with the new friends, right? And what else is happening?
Aethab excitedly coming back and like, I just had a great day, you guys.
Yeah, that's when you can cut Aethab off and be like, no. I have some schematics here.
So yeah, I've got coordinates for this super secret place that it's probably a terrible idea to go there. So
let's do it. When are we going?
I mean,
Now, yesterday.
Yesterday sounds good.
Do we know who it belongs to?
And do we know where it is today? I mean, where is it today? What's there now?
These all sound like great gathering information rolls.
Okay, then maybe that's what we're doing, Mr.
Yeah.
GM. We're giving you the fiction.
Well, not really. You being like, I wonder what's going on isn't me like, let me tell you.
No, but yeah, that's, well, Mr. Hacker.
Do we have like a lead, Mr. Hacker, that we could go for?
Mr. Hacker, Mr. Wizard.
Sorry.
Wizard.
Hacker person.
Come on, quiz.
You can't go quiet at us now.
I've got the location. That's.
But what's there now? You didn't scout it out, dude.
We could send a drone.
Yeah, I could send Binky. It'll be great.
And I'll go ask around, probably not too quietly, but.
Or we can just go.
No, that doesn't sound like a good idea.
What happened to you, Jet?
Hey,
You said you wanted to go somewhere.
I do, but I plan.
Yeah, this way we can
This is a
maximize our fun.
Part A, we find out where it is. Part B, we go there. The best plan.
Maybe Don, the academic, can give us some information.
Oh, yeah. Who's that? Whose
It's on
friend
our,
is
on
that?
our crew sheet. I don't know. Does that mean we're all friends with him?
Yeah, you're like, you have a positive relationship with the one that you picked as your contact, but you know of all these people.
Oh, okay. So Alba is the one that we have a good relationship with.
Yeah. So they'll go out of your way to help you, and mechanically they give you an extra D when you're with them and helping out and gathering information with them and stuff like that.
Ooh, our rep disappeared.
Ooh, no rep is no good.
No, we were doing pretty well with rep.
This is the way I should have controlled the playbook.
I mean,
I
it's
got rid of all of our rip instead of all of our heat. So I'm
Heat?
just not
Is that
going to
what it
touch the playbook anymore.
well, it's all recorded, right? So we can go back. And
I remember where it was. We were there. Yeah, I've edited it back. I'm so sorry. I'm so embarrassed. I'm just not going to touch the crew anymore.
Why don't we go to Alba again? Alba could get us the satellite pictures.
Oh yeah, because astronomer, right?
Yep.
Ah, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And reminder that you get an extra downtime action when you're preparing for a score of your specific hunting grounds, which is discovery, is it?
Acquisition or hunting.
Acquisition. Oh, acquisition.
So what is acquisition? That's when we get something, right?
Yeah, like you're planning on taking something like
Yeah.
from acts of God, presumably,
Mm-hmm.
but perhaps other things. Cool. Yeah, I like the idea of bringing Alba into this.
I like Alba.
Mm-hmm.
Don't remember what they look like.
Me neither.
I don't think we could find it.
Yeah, I think we were going pretty quick in that first session. I was like, yep, you know them, they do it, let's go. Something like that. Let's grab an image. What do you think they look like, Christo? Make it up quick.
I think Alba's Asian, as in like South Asian.
Okay.
She loves bright makeup. As in like neon, as in if she's in the dark, then it's still sort of like glowing. So she's got sort of like things that like outline her eyes. Her lips.
Okay.
She's a bright dresser, so the rest of her stuff probably is like that also. Very bright. Sort of vinylish, but not vinyl.
Kind of. Maybe.
I'm not going to be picky. Man, it takes a long time to redirect those things for some reason.
Does it?
Yeah. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, that's good.
She looks a little evil, but that's okay.
I guess.
I like Alba with a little bite. That's good.
Astronomy is serious business.
Definitely.
Cool. So, would you say gathering information via networking with Alba?
Sure. Except I don't think it can be me. I don't think I have any networking.
Well,
I
you
love
always get
networking.
information. It just might not be as good as you would like. Would you ask the question?
Well, since I started it, that's like the thing is everybody want me to try. You want to see me crash and burn? Is that it?
You'll always. It's
I
only
love-
gather information, so, and you'll get an extra die because you're consorting with the.
We're very afraid of failing, Fraser.
Apparently, yeah.
No, I'll
You
do
guys
it
are
fine. If
Super
Alba's,
into like I suck at it.
because Alba was the one helping me to hack the satellite, so sure, yeah, I'm all
Yeah.
into Alba.
Yeah.
So I'll give it a go. See what do I roll for gather information? I don't remember if we did this previously.
So you're just gonna roll your stat, but your success level will be how much good, like how good the information is. All of it, partial, or not so good.
No bonus dice. Whoops.
No, yeah, you get a bonus die because you're doing it with your
Oops.
friend.
It just
Oh, but you got a 6 anyway, so unless you roll another one in case you crit. Who knows? Just like /R.
Oh, okay. Da, da, da.
Who knows? Oh, there you go. So no crit, but you get good information. What's the question that you'd like to ask?
Let me pull it up again.
It could be any question.
What are they really feeling? No. I don't care what they feel.
Alba's all right.
I'm not asking about Alva. Ooh, where's the weakness there? That's what I want.
Where's the weakness?
Where's the weakness of that site? Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Okay. So what you see is so they said you like the snapshots or whatever, and they highlight an alternate route. Normally you'd be going up just like a really shitty dirt road. I don't know if you've ever gone up a road to like a oil site. Like they're just like barely serviceable. You need like a truck basically. Something like that. Leading up to it, but behind it is like a very sheared away cliff, but they have like anchors in them already for scaling it. So it's like it's basically like an emergency egress, but the anchors are like massive and in such a way that you can attach them to vehicles and then like have them put up there. It's like a whole thing that they have had to do before. I don't know what that's called in real life, but tow lines, I guess, right? Something like that.
They like winch themselves up. Is that the idea? You like hook it up, and then the vehicle can like pull itself up also.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's like the secret way in, or the unexpected way in. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
Can I go get some like footage? Sorry.
Footage, sure.
But I cut in, so if you have more to do with Alba, please go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Alba, you did us a solid. We owe you.
What do you think that what do you give her other than money for all of these favors? You must be doing something for her, right? Like, do you just send her some footage? Maybe she likes your footage. Maybe she's a fan.
Yeah, maybe we send her like the director's cuts, like the unedited stuff.
Nice.
She gets like some of the like chat scenes that we usually cut out.
Yeah, so
where the team is chatting.
I think she's just like, yeah, whatever, Jet. You know what I want. Right? Hit me with the good stuff.
Yeah, we give her the uncut versions. That's what it is. So she gets to see. She's just like suiting up and stuff like that. So she gets the racy pictures.
Nice. Okay, that took an unexpected turn for me, but I'm okay with it.
No, it's just that's what I'm saying. It's like everything. I mean, you ever been on like, especially when we're talking about doing stuff like we're doing now in the RVs. It's like it's just like, okay, so everything's filming, so everything's filming. I'm not saying it's just all out. That's
right.
it.
It's all out. Cool. And so, what is Wolfie doing?
I think Wolfie wants to send Pinky down to get some like footage of the secret entrance and like any obstacles he might come up against as if armed, blah blah blah. Weird stuff.
For the like secret way or whatever? Or what?
Yeah, I think I guess I don't know. That's useful.
The secret way, you'll be fine. Like part of I gave you all of the information with that.
Cool.
I won't be like, and you're fucked, right?
Then yeah, maybe some footage of just like the place itself or something.
Like what we're gonna steal when we get there?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Try to just figure out what it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Where's the loot?
Where's the loot? Yeah. So what do you think you're doing for your action, and can any friends help you?
I think I'm tracing again.
Cool.
And if anyone wants to help me control Binky, I guess they can have a go on the controls. I'll allow that.
I don't know if that would give you an extra die.
Your friend is Javier the Spook?
Oh yeah, I have a ostensible spook friend.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good friend. Especially on a secret project.
Yeah, totally.
So maybe you're at a meet with them and you're both looking at the footage from Pinky.
Yeah,
like maybe you give them one of your contacts, right? So you have the left eye and they have the right eye or something like that.
Yeah, I dig that because it means we're also doing this like while we're doing it to like.
Well, sure, if you want. I don't know if the spook's doing that. Maybe you're doing that. I don't know if the spook's like, oh yes, it's great.
Yeah.
Don't want any interference with reality.
Yeah. Jet looks at Quiz. Do you do that?
Yeah. So roll it up
Permanently.
and get an extra die.
Awesome. Oh shoot. Oh, and because I'm hey, what did I roll? Not very well, so it probably doesn't matter. I get +1 effect for
Oh, that's good then.
scanning.
Cool. For what?
Oh, I get +1 effect when looking for info on a target.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So you get great. It would be great effect, but a mid result on it. So I think what he says, well, I think what he's able to retrieve, at least as far as he says, right? Or is it a he? Who is it?
I think it's a he. He's a he.
Yeah? Noir? No.
Javier.
Javier. Yeah, okay, cool. Cool. So I think so I think he like slides the traditional manila envelope, which means that like these files are very old, right? Because they're on like actual filed paperwork and stuff and not smart ink and stuff like that. Smart paper, smart ink, ebook ink, all of the stuffs. It's before that. And so when you open it up, I think a whole bunch of it, why it's a mid result is a whole bunch of it is redacted for his clearance level, right? And what it says basically is that Project Upwind is a CO2 sink. It's like a massive experiment that was developed by a cooperative that was sponsored by a corporation that is now defunct and taken out. Safety has absorbed them. And basically what it's supposed to do is it's on a huge plateau of basalt, I think is how you pronounce it, right? And basically when you frack it, it turns into limestone. When the wind turbines go, what happens is it feeds all of the wind up into below where the plastic sheet is, which heats up the air into a greenhouse effect. And then it shoots up into the stack. And when that happens, there's a whole bunch of plastic, which is called polyazardine or something like that. And that holds the CO2. So it sucks up all the CO2, and then when you frack it, you put it into the ground. So it's something that can reverse climate change, basically. The problem is that I think as you are flying around it and stuff, you've seen that like it hasn't been operational for like a really long time. And as your drone floats over to the downwind turbine that is supposed to like shove all the air up into up the slope and into the main turbine that is doing this smokestack effect, what happens is you see like a whole bunch of these like dead bodies basically that were like running towards the turbine, the one that is not operational now, but it looks like it's been like sabotage. It's like been structured hit, so there's like a crack along the bottom layer, but that doesn't explain why there would be like dead bodies there or anything. But yeah, that's your mid-range information, so you know what it does, and you know what happened to the co-op. Kind of, not all of it. You know they're dead. If you had gotten less information, you wouldn't even know they're dead.
I'm seeing a theme here. Everywhere we go, there are these desiccated bodies.
Is there?
The last one, we had the quadcopter with all the desiccated bodies in it.
Well, I mean, you guys are scientists.
This is what scientists find. Bodies.
I mean, the dead bodies are a gift. So So, yeah. So, what do you guys do?
Oh, come on. You want to go? I think this is where Jet like punches at them and says, come on, you want to go pump your friend for information.
Well, I think it's too early for that. I don't think I can push him like that yet. But if safety absorbed this co-op, I think we could get some information from safety. I'm sure there's a way I could get my way in there, find some files.
Like, oh, like anytime it's a powerful corporation or tier, you guys are like, we could probably just get in there. It's like,
hey,
no big deal.
I have a fine cover identity. I gotta use it at some point.
It's true. Well, you always have that though. So
well, yeah.
So, what is this identity?
Well, I don't know. I figured I would just fabricate it.
Okay.
I think that.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I was thinking that that's probably like too big of an action than just like gather info. So I don't know if we want to do it now, but I'm thinking of like getting in there and maybe it's just gather info.
Yeah, I think it's just gather info. If we had a lot more time, then maybe I'd be like, oh, hell no. But we're getting close to the end of the session. I'd like you guys full thing. I want to get it to the same point as before where you guys roll engagement and then we're like, and done.
I mean, I'm planning on saving it for like a flashback or something because I really like it's just going to be digging more into that. And I don't know, I think we can just jump in and like discover it as we're there. And I can be like, oh, let's do a flashback now.
Oh, okay. So do people have an idea for what they want this score to be then?
I think one vote for explosions.
What? You want to destroy the place?
No, I asked Alex if she had any like mayhem.
It's a CO2 sink and we're going to destroy it?
Yeah.
We'll just become the biggest tippers on the planet, right?
Yeah, well, you know, it's like, it doesn't matter if everyone hates you or loves you, they're still watching, right?
Wow.
We can just blame it on the cryptographers.
I mean, it could just be stealth. We're just sneaking in and salvaging. Salvaging's not. That sounds not too bad, right?
Yeah.
Well, from the satellite images, do we see if anything? Is it active in any way? Do we have any indications that anybody's using it? You said there were anchors there. Are those anchors from 10 years ago? Or is stuff like showing decay, rust? So like everything, the roads are still clean. We can see if there were tracks or no tracks.
Well, it's like overgrown. It looks as if nobody has been there in a few years for sure. Like, yeah.
So it's probably ripe. There might be still some
recycling.
Yeah.
What if we do a first part where we're posing as an interested party to restart it? And then maybe that leads to us going to it.
Sure. So you want to find like a buyer or something?
Oh, I was thinking my
patron or something.
My vision was that we're gonna act like we're the patrons and we're going to security.
Oh, so you're trying to see if we can get them to let us in to see it. You want to con our way in.
Yeah.
Like at the site.
No, to get to the site.
Mm-hmm.
You want what's the Nicarian to take us on a tour of the site as potential buyers.
Oh yeah, that's really good. Yeah, just something
that what you were saying.
Ooh, that's good.
That's the general thing I was getting at. Like somehow we're gonna like con security, I think you said, into like giving us access, basically.
Ah, okay. No.
So
sweet.
yeah, convincing them to like take us on a tour of the space. It works. That works for me. I bet I was thinking maybe like a social plan, or I mean, I guess that's deception, really.
That sounds
So
Yeah.
I like the idea of you doing that. So okay, so you're trying to con your way into the actual place, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So from what you've seen, it's not guarded or anything, though.
That's just an idea for a plan.
Okay.
Just something like a
I mean,
different.
yeah,
than
the problem with the deception is like, how do we explain that we even know this place exists? Because it's like, that's the thing. We're not supposed to know about it.
Nobody knows about it
Yeah.
ostensibly right now.
Oh, so
I think we just sneak in.
Yeah, and is it potentially that the quadcopter flew away from here, and that's why they all sort of died in the same way? Maybe they did. Did we do any analysis on the bodies in the quadcopter? Damn. What were you all doing down in the quadcopter?
I need 2 eyes for that. Don't I need 1 eye?
Our
Pulling
doctor,
everything up. What do you think?
our doctor is still in training, so we couldn't do any autopsies yet.
We'll just WebMD it. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, and plus, if you want to, we can always even just be like that. We can do the stealth in, and then you can always do a flashback if you want to get fictional positioning for getting paid for it, right? Where you're like finding a patron for it or something.
Sure.
Let's stealth in. I like
Yeah,
that.
because you don't want other people to know that this place
Yeah.
exists, and you want to be the first one to get to it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm assuming. I'm really hoping there's not some like biochemical agent in there that's killing everything.
Yeah, and you have
Give them
2
that
entry
fuel.
points. You have 2 entry points as well. So
Yeah, we do the engagement roll. You're all dead.
yeah, I'm not that mean. But so which way are you? What is your entry point?
I guess
We're winching ourselves up the cliff
yeah.
because that's a daredevil move.
I guess so. There's nobody there though, right? So it's just for you to go up the cliff.
You said when I asked the weakness, you said that was the weakness.
We're gonna winch really fast.
We have an elite group of winchers.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
If we don't need to winch, that's fine. I don't care. I thought that was the point of getting the information.
While we're winching, we're gonna put our hands up and go whee.
Part of the winching, though, is that it's also an emergency egress, possibly.
Oh, okay. So that's our way out. That's our flashy way out.
Well,
Yeah, it could be an
also, if you
interesting
roll
way to get in.
badly.
It could also be a thing to get in there as well, but then you'd be coming in from the opposite side, like behind it, basically, instead of just like going up the road or whatever.
That sounds sweet because they might be monitoring the road. I
Mhm.
think that was the whole point. It was like
Yeah.
some way that they wouldn't expect.
It would be more stealthy, probably, to go in the winch way for sure.
The winch way.
Cool. So, who wants to do the engagement roll?
Tell me what skill it's going to use.
It's not a skill.
Winching our way in. I feel like this is a cyber fingers thing. I think Alex needs to roll.
Yeah, I've got a good feeling about Alex's cyber figures.
I like picture her like I'm not going to use the damn winch. She's just going to like her fingers are just going to go into this cliff wall, and she's going to like run up it faster than the rest of us.
Well, it's really high up because if you remember the stack pierces the clouds, right? So it'll be
Wow.
Yeah. So this winch is gonna be a while. So let's see.
Start a long-term project.
Yeah, and so the objective is that nobody else knows that you're doing this and you're getting there first, and the point of infiltration is up the back, right?
So everybody pick your load.
Yeah. Get loaded.
What's the disadvantage of choosing heavy?
Everybody knows that you are like decked out, so infiltrating wise, it's not the best.
But we don't think there's anybody there.
That's true.
So yeah, no, I'm going heavy.
Okay.
I'm going medium, normal. I don't like to be weighed down.
Yeah. What about Wolfie?
I went heavy.
Okay. And what about Filter?
Well, apparently I need like 10 years worth of climbing gear, so I went heavy too.
Okay, sounds good. So you start off for sheer luck, right? And is this particularly bold or daring? Going up a 10-year-old cliff face, winching your convoy up? I think it's pretty bold, at least. What do you think?
We're talking like miles up the side of this cliff face.
Yeah,
Yeah, it sounds pretty bold.
yeah. Is it overly complex? No. We get up. Does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target? Yes, that was the main question point that you asked. So I guess I'll give it to you. How is it vulnerable to me, right? Is it strongest against this approach? No. Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation? I think they've already done that a couple times, really.
Yeah, the spook and Alba, right?
What? Yeah.
Like with Alba and the spook.
And she could give us like, yeah, they could give us like weather data and stuff like that.
Yep.
Because I'm thinking, if this thing is really that high, we want to make sure there's not an active god coming our way when we're going up it. I mean, I like extreme things, but I don't like the idea of being on a winch when one of those things hits.
Yeah. And then for a reason I won't tell you, you'll have 2 dice instead of 3. So who wants to roll? There's other factors.
Alex.
Dibs.
Filter.
Ugh, you guys.
Too easy.
Okay, so you're in a controlled position when you start, right? A lake? No. So what it is it's like a forest, and then there's a plastic sheathing that is here. I'll just read it. It's 1.5 kilometers tall and over 100 meters wide. The base of this wind turbine sink that pierces the sky. It's surrounded by round windows that act as the turbines. It's technically coded as a solar updraft plant. And let's see, what else would you guys have found out? Stacked. Blah, blah, blah. And so, that was on. So, in a 40 square kilometers of unpopulated forest, which slopes sharply upwards at extreme angles, a circular 6-kilometer plastic sheet covers a segment of the pines. Out of the top quarter of this circle protrudes a round flat-topped tower, like a smokestack penetrating the clouds. Wind turbines downwind of the canopy of the tower, and the plateau is of basalt. So it's like plastic sheathing over a wide amount of the pines to get a greenhouse heat thing going on. And then downwind, there's a turbine that it should be blowing, but is not. So instead, below this is like a really hot climate and stuff, right? And then basically what's supposed to happen is all that hot air is supposed to be shoved up. And then all of the CO2 gets caught in all of that plasticky stuff in the center of the tower that goes up. And then only the air is pushed out, right? And that's how it does it. And then eventually you frack it into the ground, and it stays into the actual ground of the limestone. But right now it's not operational. But you're controlled, so it's not so bad. It's not so bad. So you winch up. It takes hours, I think, at the very least. And so you get up. You see this huge. You get up only probably like 1 kilometer away from the actual base of the tower, and immediately it hits you like this wave of heat, right? That has been collected in this whatchamacallit, under this canopy, essentially, right? But the reason why you're in a controlled position is because as you look up, you see like a bunch of different tears from probably like falling debris that has since gone off the like cliff face or whatever. And so the air is like a little, you can like handle it here, but as you look further in, it sort of looks like a heat wave, right? Like when you're looking at a dust storm, or if you're in the desert or whatever, just like in all those movies, they have the like wavy heat lines going on. And so the first obstacle that you'll face is just being able to like move towards this tower in a safe kind of way, because the place has kind of been baking for years, and then as you're like scanning, you guys have multi-spectrum contacts and stuff like that for free, I think, most of you, right? On your items, it's in italics. Multi-spectrum goggles and stuff like that.
I don't think it's in italics, but
oh no. Okay, what?
Are on mine, but
Oh, they're not.
No.
Let me just look. Oh yeah, I made it so you had to spend the items. Okay. So anyway.
Oh, go ahead and spend the.
Okay. Whatever.
I don't even have the option to buy it, I don't think.
You have a similar thing with your helmet.
Oh, it's the fine tier trail helmet?
Yeah.
With these cybernetic eyes have like color going on because she can see like hot cotton cold like pressure points and stuff.
Sweet. Yeah. So if you can see the heat signatures for anyone wearing or having the cybernetic stuff, what you see is like the heat is being absorbed a little bit, and as you make your way just a little bit in, not towards, like, you're still safe, but as you look up, there's like swaths of what appears to look like webbing from like a spider, but it's not. I'll tell you right now, it's not a spider. Okay. But it's something that looks like that stretches across the canopies, and you've caught it right before. I think we'll end it on a cliffhanger being like one of maybe one of you or one of your stormtroop people, they like grab a rock and they like whip it into the heat there, and it lands against a trunk, and like a bunch of spores come out and like perforate the air a little bit.
Spores come out of the trunk or out of the
trunk?
Web thing? Out
of the trunk, which like it seems like that trunk is like yellowed, like infected kind of thing. Oh. So yeah, there's some stuff going on. End scene. Okay, XP. Alex, do you want to start with your XP?
Sure. Got away last week, but no escape this time.
What?
No, last time we did reverse order, so it's now my turn on the chopping block.
Yeah, you got that name superiority.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so there's no desperate actions. Address the challenge with technical skill or mayhem.
You completed your car. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's one, right?
Yeah.
Mayhem. I don't think you caused. Oh yeah, you did. You shot
the paint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
And you were totally advocating mayhem for our plan. You're like, just come on, guys. Why are you pissing around with all this like studying shit? Just go to the place.
That's true. So,
expressed beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. Like beliefs, probably with the fuck you auditors. You don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, you definitely made it a point to do that.
Did any of your forged heritage come out?
That's my background with the whatchamacallit, chop shop owner from the same town.
Yeah, sure. And you even paid for it.
I even paid for it.
Cool.
I don't think I struggled with issues from vice or trauma session.
Okay.
That's me.
Brian?
Okay. Addressed a challenge with deception or influence.
When you removed the heat, didn't you? You shifted the heat onto somebody else.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And you were working towards it for a long time. So
Definitely that.
those poor cryptographers.
Oh, I don't feel bad for them.
We're going to make their lives absolute hell.
Nice.
This is where Fraser was like, by the way, they were endorsing like an orphanage for like disadvantaged youth in Shelter 1.
They're decrypting all the corporate secrets of, you know, how they keep the people controlled.
Yep, and then donating that money to like climate, like improving the climate.
Yep.
So that's what they want you to think. That's what they want you to think. Okay. Beliefs, drives, root, or background. I mean, the fact that he was, smuggling people in and out of the city definitely came up again.
Yeah, you like to do that.
I don't know about anything beyond that, though.
Yeah. I can't think of something. Anybody else?
And issues with vice trauma. I don't think we had ran into any problems because of. I don't think so.
No. Sounds good. Christo?
Okay. I don't think I rolled anything desperate, did I? I don't think so. Address a challenge with knowledge or technology. I
Definitely
went to
did.
Alba for information. I don't know. Does that count?
That's knowledge.
I don't know if I used anything personally. If it has to be me personally, then I would say no. So how does that work?
It's up to you. It's up to everyone at the table, actually, except for me.
I like that.
Yeah.
I don't think I actually did use knowledge or technology to get to advance anything this time around.
How did you escape from the carrion again?
Oh, I like bat-winged it out. I like bungeed down, grabbed something, and then when I flew back up, then I bat-winged away. Oh, and you're talking about like the lapsing on the streaming cameras? Yeah, I guess. I guess that was also technology, actually, if you can take credit for downtime technology.
Yeah, you can take credit for
downtime
actions for sure. It's part of the fiction.
Sure. Okay. Express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. My heritage is still unknown. My background is military. I think I sort of hinted at that a little bit, with like the planning for going in and stuff like that. So I'll take, if nobody's against that, I'll take that one.
You mentioned it when you were doing the bungee jumping on carrion, especially as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
I think I thought daredeviling is kind of also your drive, and I feel like you did that a shit ton.
Death wishing, daredeviling. Yep, it's all there.
Like from the winching, the bungee jumping to everything.
Yeah, like we take the most dangerous way in. That's just it. That's that's what we're doing.
Yeah. And I saw you nodding when I was like, we need to make a street racing active god group.
Oh yeah.
We're doing
that's gonna happen. We're gonna have meetups. You struggled with issues from your vice root or traumas during the session. I don't think I struggled with them, though. I think they all went well. So I don't think I get that one. So 3 XP is not bad. I think I'm good.
Mm-hmm. And Darren?
I have that desperate roll. Mark that one. I adjust the challenge with calculation or conspiracy. I was really angling for that this time.
Yeah,
So I think my conspiracy to start dating Ridhi. Yeah, conspiracy to get a boyfriend.
Well, and you use deception to do the actual, like, retconned version of the heist, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that. And the humanitarian gala is gonna be something.
That's right. That's
I
gonna be awesome.
don't know what that's gonna be, but it's gonna be something.
Yeah.
I express my beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. Maybe some background stuff because I was leveraging my connections a lot with my family, through my family.
Definitely. There is so many references to your grandparents came up because you had to pay them back for the sheet, and they came up when you set up the meeting. Like all of it consistent.
Cool. And then I started with my vice or trauma. I don't think I did any of that. I'm gonna have to struggle with my vice soon though because I don't have my vice for fair technically.
Cool. And Lauren?
Let me pull up a sheet. Didn't roll anything desperate. I addressed a challenge with tracking or perseverance.
You did tracking for sure, with the gathering information. And did you do other tracking?
I think.
What were your downtime actions?
I tinkered with Binky and
Right.
oh yeah, I stalked that guy for blackmail using the Binky.
That's pretty tracky.
And indulge my vice. And then yeah, I guess I used Binky to get some intel on the place we're scouting out.
Yeah.
Well.
So that's quite a bit.
I expressed beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
Didn't you for your vice? Can we tie that into it?
Yeah, I was trying to lead into the quirky faith forged background stuff for sure. And then I guess I feel like Jet and I are kindred spirits because we both have a death wish, I guess.
Well, and your background with colluding with the spook again too.
Oh yeah, the sensible spook.
And then yeah, you got a death wish.
Did not struggle with issues from vice root or trauma though. Because we're all too good, I guess.
Cool. And then Brian, do you want to do the crew?
Sure.
Crew it up.
Okay. Advance towards an act of God despite danger, or embody a feature of one. Which reminds me, Jet, you did take altered carbon. Which feature did you choose, or have you not decided yet?
I haven't chosen that. And I was going to ask, does it change? Can I change it session to session, or do I pick one and that's the one I'm using?
You pick one.
Okay. Yeah, what was I choosing between? It's not alluring, that's for sure. What would transcendent be? Is that like calm in the face of the Shreen would be calm in the face of the storm, wouldn't it? That's not him.
Transcendent would be to like go above your nature or something.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah.
Radiant. If he's exultant in it, is that radiant? If he's like ecstatic in it, and is that it? Then I think I'm gonna go radiant.
Sure. It could also be ferocious then too, right? Like
Just
it's up to
ripping
you.
into it. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, ferocious. Like you're pretty into the daredevil stuff.
Okay. If that's what you think is more daredevilish, then yeah, I'll take ferocious.
Sure.
Cool.
I think it'd be easier to play up to too, right? In a session.
Okay.
It's up to you.
Well, I part of me was just sort of curious what radiant would be like, and so that's why I was thinking maybe radiant would be more interesting.
Sure. Well, you could choose that and try to play towards it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try. Although, how was I ferocious in the storm last time?
Yeah, you guys were like using your boot jets and you like made a wind tunnel that you could move within and stuff.
That was ferocious in your okay, and that's what people were saying last time. So if that's what, yeah, okay, we'll do it. Ferocious. I'm ferocious.
Okay. Sounds good. And then Brian.
Okay, but did we as a group embody any of those? I don't think necessarily.
Oh, because we could have embodied it without advancing towards one, right?
Yes.
Yes.
As a group. Weren't we kind of sinister?
Yeah, you guys were pretty mean to corporations.
Maybe we were ferocious. I didn't even think of that. Maybe we were, because we were like hitting the corporations just because.
Yeah.
Is that ferocious? I think that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was definitely a Rage Against the Machine type thing going on. Right?
Yeah. And it was fun. We all did. We spray painted it. We broke atriums. We stalked. We
Quiz moved the heat onto
seduced.
Somebody else.
Yeah, we seduced. We were really hitting the man.
Yep.
Okay. Did we contend with challenges above our current station? I mean, I assume because we're tier 0, so that's
it's pretty much a given.
If
Yeah.
you go out the front door.
Yeah. Did you do something?
Did we bolster our reputation or develop a new one? Our reputation is ambitious.
I think with this last score, it's pretty ambitious.
Wasn't everything we did against the man ambitious also?
Yeah, I was actually pretty curious to see what you guys would do with that. Like, if you were going to just use it as a score to broker the information to somebody, or if you're just like what you're going to do. But it was fun that you guys were just like, let's go there right now. It'll be great. So, yeah.
Because we're daredevils.
Ferocious.
And did we express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew?
It seemed like the essential nature of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we talked about the streaming, right? Like, and we paid Albo streaming. That was everybody else's idea, not mine.
Yeah. So we kind of hit everything. Do we think we deserve 2 points for any of those?
Maybe expressing the driver identity, is that what it was? The last one?
Yeah, the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature.
Yeah. Especially with like that running into this next thing. We have no idea what we're doing.
Yeah. Did you bolster your reputation too? Did you already say that, Brian?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we went through all 4. We kind of figured, we kind of hit all 4.
Oh, okay.
2 for the last one. Express goals, drives, inner conflict, essential nature.
I would say that the first one deserves 2, right? At least 2 actions were put towards like fucking the man or whatever, right?
Okay. So 6.
Is that good with people? Cool. Okay. And then I'm gonna stop it then. Stopping the broadcast.